Big up football fans, locked in, locked on with your boy Deji Spurs in the building, and happy weekend. This is my favorite time of the week. I'm sure it's everybody's favorite time of the week. Hope you guys had a blessed up week. Looking forward to the weekend. As you know, I could give a damn about international football. I could give a damn about the Nations League. It's some of the most drab football I've ever seen in my life. But big up to everyone that's locked in, locked on. Your boys in the location. I want to talk football. Let's talk football. There's a number of questions that I've got. But before I do that, big up to Arteta out, Inzaghi in. Big up to you, my brother. You don't know. Arteta needs to go. That's what I'm saying. I've been warning Arsenal fans from day dot. And I have been... Do you know what? Out of about 10 things I've said this season, I think 7 of them have come to roost. Arsenal not being legit, not being serious is one of them. So we want to talk about that today. I also want to talk about the fact that is Liverpool legit? Yes. Is Liverpool legit? It's a legit question to ask, because right now, I've been saying for a minute, I don't trust this brother Slot. But this Slot, week in, week out, he seems to be getting it right. Is Liverpool the ones who are going to win the league this season? Liverpool fans ain't going to come out and say it, so I'll say it for them. I think Liverpool could win the Blood Clot League. How crazy is that? Also, I want to touch on Plymouth, Argyle. You don't know, Pep, City. I think they've done. I think they've been done since last season, to be honest with you. I'm not going to lie to you. They won the league being dusty. They've carried that same dust, the dust that they picked up from the Sahara Desert. They've carried that dust with them into this season. And I don't think, I just want to chat to everyone in the location, but I'm not sure, because what I don't want to do is, I don't want to be giving people props for props' sake. I think City's going to win the league. Shut your mouth. They look rubbish. I don't think City's legit. I don't think City can turn it round. However, you lot might have other thoughts. Let me know in the location. We've got the link right here. Make sure you click the link. Join me, please. Let's have a chat. Asa in the building. Domination in the... Bro, not my club. Maybe Liverpool. Not my club. There's no domination in the location. For my club, it's more like get on Qantas Airlines, like that. Get on the air, get one-way ticket to Qantas. I love the football. I love the man, everything that he presents as an individual. But I don't think Postecoglou can do anything at my club. I'm not going to lie to you. I've had enough. He's lost half of his games, bro. Right now, we are on course to losing 19 games this season. I'm not in it. And also because I can't see wins. We've got Plymouth next. We got Fulham and we got Bournemouth. I can see Tottenham taking no point. Yeah? No point like the Eurovision Song Contest. So, yeah, I want to get into that this evening. Big up Rizzy in the building. Up here, Arsenal fans are in the location. I don't know how any Arsenal fan can be in any location right about now, to be honest. The only location that the Arsenal fandom should be is in the mud. Because right now, I don't know who's worse. If I'm being legit, I don't know who's worse between Tottenham and Arsenal. I think Northside calls Arsenal spicy Spurs. I would go as far as to say, could Arsenal be Tottenham in disguise? Do you know like that? Is Arsenal another name for my club? And I'm not speaking blasphemy, Spurs fans. It is what it is. Do you get what I'm saying? It just, there's too many similarities going on. You would think that we have the same owners rocking both teams. So I want to know your thoughts in the building. Asa says City will still win 5 in a row. Yes, but can they win 10 in a row, my brother? You're telling me about 5, but City of old went on to win 10, 12, 11. I can't see City winning 10 games in a row, which is what they're going to need to do to stop the juggernaut of this Liverpool team. Do you get what I'm saying? So I'm not sure about it. I can't see that happening in the location. Big up my bro, Honcho Bex in the building. Good to see you. Good to see you. He says here, Asa says, your big test will be against Madrid. Yeah. Yeah, but I don't think that even matters, my brother. I don't think that even matters. But I got my first guest. It's Arteta out, Inzaghi in, JRCU. I will be getting you in just a moment. Let me bring my brother in real quick. Yes, my guy. Arteta out, Inzaghi. Bro, just from your name, I think me and you, we don't need to support the same club to know that me and you think alike. I like.
We're smart people, man. We're smart.
Yeah, you gotta be smart, bro. Bro, and honestly, me on the level, a lot of people think I just banter Arsenal fans. I don't really banter them too tough. I'm trying to help. You know, like that. When I'm drawing out things about your club, I'm saying, well, you ain't got a striker. If you had a striker, you would be better than you are. When people were shaking their bum for Calamari, I'm saying I'm not sure Calamari is the guy. Do you know what I'm saying? I was trying to help, and people were taking shots at me like I was saying something wrong. But in your view, have you had enough? Because I've had enough with Ange. Have you had enough with Arteta?
I had enough 3 years ago, bro.
Yeah.
Ever since we finished 8th in his full season, I was like, nah.
Yeah.
I'm tired of this guy.
Yeah. But, you know, Arsenal fans will be... What is it, though? Because you said you've been seeing it for a minute now. Obviously, you're not doing the Stevie Wonder, and obviously you're not talking the Budgie Banton. But what is it about him that made you think, yeah, enough is enough?
It's just his experience. He's never managed, like not even academy level. He's just been an assistant coach to Pep, and he's coming to manage the third biggest English club. Like, makes no sense.
I agree. And, you know, but the thing is, this is why I think that when I say Arsenal move more Spursy than Spurs, I actually think you man are actually worse than Tottenham. Because there's no reason to do the... No, let me talk. No, listen. There's no reason to do the madness. There's no reason to do the madness that what you man are doing. Why would you give this brother a 3-year extension, meaning that you're going to get to 8 years of nothingness? Why would you give this? Why would extend what? Like, for what reason would you extend this brother's contract? Because it looks good.
Listen, Arsenal are work experience FC. That's what we are.
Yeah.
If you have no experience, come to Arsenal. I might as well be the manager right now because, what? It doesn't change anything.
Bro, I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. I'm with you. So what now? So let's be real, because I know it's easy to say out. Jay, I see you, my brother. Don't worry there. Eritrean boy, I see you. So it's easy to say Arteta out and my man in or whatever. Inzaghi in. So I want to know why you've gone for Inzaghi. But the truth of the matter is they're not sacking Arteta this weekend or when the Premier League comes back. So what needs to happen? Because you don't want to see your team get even further in the mud. What would you like to see in an ideal situation whilst he's still there?
Needs to change up the style of play. Last season we had the best defense. If our defense is so good, we can be attacking and our defense can deal with the counter attacks and stuff like that. Yeah. So style play is annoying. All we do is get the ball, give it to Saka and Martinelli, down the line, ball into the box.
Predictable.
That's it.
Yeah.
Very predictable.
Bro, can I ask you a legit question? Because you've come and I like the way that you're thinking. When you played Tottenham, did you man act like pussies? Or was that tactical masterclass? Don't be offended by the term, the P word. I just need to know legitimately whether you thought that was a masterclass from your club or actually it was a bunch of pussies playing and you got away with it.
I wouldn't say it was a masterclass.
Yeah.
But it was, how can I word it? It was the right approach.
You reckon?
Yeah, it wasn't a masterclass, but it was the right approach. Because we didn't have who was we missing? Odegaard and Declan Rice? Yeah. Yeah. So it was the right approach.
So you mean just them two players was enough for you to know that you couldn't go toe-to-toe with my club?
Yeah, because, bro,
I'm just saying.
In good players.
Yeah.
Look at the bench. Who are we going to play there?
Yeah.
Like, We have no one else to play. So we have to play
Where
them.
do you man finish? Where do you man finish this season?
Listen, I predicted third at the start of the season. So I think we will just get third. We will just get third.
Can I be real with you, my bro? But just before I bring in my brother here, I said at the end of last season there was a show on Dan Potts. I was on Dan Potts and I was with Lee Judges, and they asked me, "Where do you think Arsenal will finish next season?" And I said I could see Arsenal finishing outside of the top four because, and the reason why I said outside of the top four, and hear me, I said to finish second 2 seasons in a row is not easy, bro. To work hard, to work so hard, and to get nothing for it. I think Arsenal might struggle. That Arteta might struggle to get it up from his players in terms of the energy. And I saw that happen to Tottenham after the Champions League final. The issue Pochettino had is not because he suddenly turned into a poor manager. The man then were on the floor morale-wise. Do you get what I'm saying? So to pick that up, your defense hasn't really changed. Let's be real. Your defense technically has improved, but the man them ain't doing it like they were last season. That for me is a mentality thing, not a Arteta thing per se. So I can cuss Arteta all day long, but I actually do think that your team, you've kind of run out of steam. You almost need to do a painful rebuild. That's why you man have become stale. And I think that's the problem. And sometimes you just got to face the music. We need to freshen things up, but you need to freshen it with exciting players. Bringing in Calamari ain't making the man them wanna do bits. Bringing in Mourinho, bringing in Raheem Sterling ain't making the man them wanna do bits. I'm sorry, but these men are lightweight.
That's one of the reasons why I predicted third. Mourinho, he went to Real Sociedad and got the wrong midfielder. How do you do that? Mourinho, Calafuri.
Yeah.
Come on, man. We're not serious. We should have got Marcus Edwards, Ivan Toney, Eze. That's 3 players.
Easy.
Like,
3 players that you could have got. But yeah, my bro, thank you for coming through. Arteta out, Inzaghi in. Thank you for kicking us off tonight. He's not having a bar of it, you know. He's completely lost faith in Arteta. He ain't having it. He is still trying to hold on to third. A lot of the man them in the chat are saying maybe third. Can you imagine? Look at shameless man them. These man them were shaking their bum beginning of the season talking about challenging, and now man them are talking third, you know. You man are me. Legitly, I'm sure someone can find the receipts when I said I don't think Arsenal can finish top 4, but and then I go to say second and Tottenham finishing third. But you know what? I'm sticking to my original prediction. You man might not finish top 4, but big up to you, my bro.
One more question. What trophy are you gonna win this season?
Carabao, bro.
Are you sure? Like 100%?
Yeah, but I'm not. Don't get it twisted, bro. I'm not happy about that. I'm not like you, man. Do you get what I'm saying? I will never accept that trophy. I think we win Carabao, but I will never shake my bum for it. And I think my boy Jay coming through, he will never shake his bum for that trophy, or we're gonna have beef. So do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we're winning the Carabao, bro. There's no reason why Tottenham can't do a double this season. If this man is serious about it, we should be doing Europa and Carabao. Minimum. But we'll see what one.
Big up to you, though.
Big up, my bro. Big up. That's Arteta out, Inzaghi in. Thank you for coming through, bro. Pleasure to meet you. I'm bringing in my boy Jay, you know, a Spurs fan in the building. I see the shirt. Jay, welcome, my bro. Welcome. You see, what I'm seeing, people, I think you're on mute, though. What
you saying, my bro? How you doing, man?
Yeah, man. Bro, I can't lie. I've been better. Like you, I love our club, you get me? And for me, it's our time. You know, like Man United, Manchester Piccadilly, they had their time, you get me? Liverpool had their time, even Arsenal had their time. For me, the cycle says it's Tottenham's time. And I'm seeing that, bro, I don't know if you heard me say, but that striker that scored the overhead kick, bro, he's a local guy to man. He's
overhead kick, Deji. That was an overhead roll, man. Let's be serious,
bro.
Man. Let's be serious, man. That's not no overhead kick. My daughter
Yeah,
could score that.
you know what I'm saying? But I was even trying to be nice because I've seen the brother live and direct. You know, I was trying to be nice about it. But bro, how did you feel after? What is your? You know what? Let me just be real quickly. How did you feel after the game? And what's your position on our gaffer, bro? Please.
Well, listen, yeah. First of all, big up for having me on the channel, bro. It's a pleasure being here, man. Big up the chat as well. You get me? Look, I'm at every home game. I try to go to a lot of the away games as well when I can. I'm just going to say there's only one word to describe that Ipswich performance. Disgrace. Absolute. It's a disgrace. I can't. Yeah, disgrace. There's this club, right? I don't understand. This club feels like a terminal illness, but you don't get to die at the end. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, we're so up and down and here and there. I don't understand. I went into that game thinking we put 5 past them and go third in the league going into
even one, my bro. We didn't even need to do 5. I was happy with 1-0. You know that?
You know what I'm saying? And in my mind, I said, all right, they will score first because you already know what we are, man. We play with our food too much, and that it's come back to bite us. And again, a lot of Tottenham fans, they don't like me in it because I'm Ange out at the moment, yeah. And I can tell you why I'm Ange out. Ange has had numerous chances to show his adaptability and to show how good and how professional of a manager he actually is. And yet he's turned around and said, nope, this is who we are, mate. This is what we do. This is who I am. And it's haunting us. It's come back to bite us. We seen Conte do the same thing when we was playing that, you know, that terrorist football. He didn't want to change. He didn't want to change. And it came back to bite us at the end of the season. So, yeah, man.
Jay, I'm with you. You know me, because you know me. I like to be positive about our club. There's a couple of positives I want to just highlight on, and this is probably why I'm even more out. And a lot of people don't talk about this. I actually think he built a decent enough first 11, first 15. When you think that, take our first 11, potentially Richarlison's on the bench, I can work with that. Maybe Papsar or maybe Madders on the bench. I can work with that. Benton Court or Basuma on the bench. Man, I can work with that. That's better than Arsenal's bench. I just have to say, it's definitely better than Arsenal's bench. So he's amassed a decent enough 15 that can get us top 4. Because for me, progression this season is Champions League football. I don't care how we get there, but we must. But I agree with you. It's the man management. The Brighton, like we can lose matches. When we lost to Newcastle, we weren't happy, but we whopped them. Yeah, we were unlucky to lose. Even Newcastle fans will say the same. The Leicester game, everyone knew we were on top of them. The draw. Even when we slapped up Arsenal, do you get me? We slapped them. They won, but so I can take losses like that. What I can't take is how you go against teams that are low on confidence and you allow them to walk us. What are we, Tinkerbell? What is
not even that, but just teams that show us so much respect. It's funny you mentioned the Arsenal game. I was at that game and I left that ground absolutely furious. Everyone was talking about how we played well, we deserved the win. No, we didn't deserve the win because we struggled to put the ball in the back of the net. Arsenal came to our ground and they parked 4 buses. That's how many buses they parked. Do you know what I'm saying? They never came here to win. And that's been the story of their season. They go away, they go to the big games, and they don't play to win. They play to not lose. And that's all fine. You know, that's their club. I don't really care what they do at the end of the day. But my expectations for this season is he has to win a trophy or he can go.
Has to.
Yeah, man. He has to
Jay,
win.
You know what? I agree. Look, me and you, it's good to find, you know, definitely send man your details as well, because it'd be good to get you on and have more conversation. I need more
100%.
More like this. For me, that's why I came out at the end of the Brighton game and said he has to win 10 games in a row. And I weren't stuttering. Because if you're going to do top 4, you're going to have to get a scalp against one of the top 6 anyway. Mm-hmm. So you might as well get on and crack on with it. But I want Tottenham top 4. So when people say, "No, it's unrealistic," no. I like to set challenges for our team. Losing at home to Ipswich has got to be one of the most shame. I've not felt so much shame, and even the positive Spurs fans felt shame on the weekend. Like we are out there giving out W's like confetti. So for me, And when you add the end of last season to this season, we are on course to doing an Everton this season, which is pretty much just above relegation. I'm not in it.
You know what?
I'm not in it at all.
I agree. What you said is spot on. You've hit the nail on the head. And again, I'll tell you a stat. It's quite a damning stat. Since Andrew's come in, Tottenham have won 21 home games and lost 9, drawn 0. What does that tell you? That means this manager does not have the ability to look at a situation and say, all right, we're under the cosh here. Let's walk away with something. Let's walk away with something. This manager's willing to die on his sword. And we can talk about recruitment all we want. Listen, we know Daniel Levy's not spending any money. You know what I'm saying? He probably buys these kids coal for Christmas. Do you know what I mean? So we know he's not spending any money. It's up to Ange to get a tune out of these players. And I saw something today. Maddison's fallen out with Ange because he's not happy being left on the bench. And I wouldn't look. If you're not performing, you get dropped. But it wouldn't shock me if these players are stopped playing for him because I don't see any progression from last season. It looks like we've gone backwards. I don't know if you agree with me on that, but yeah,
I agree. And big up SG, I see you in the building, my bro. Just bear with us about 2-3 minutes. Look, I totally agree with you, my guy. I think first and foremost, I want him to be playing the best players in form, so I don't really give a damn. Madders hasn't really deserved to be starting, but I do think you've lost the dressing room because I kept saying that the one thing that I find unforgivable, and the reason why I wanted Conte out and Mourinho out, is when we went to the Emirates. Forget that we finished 4th. We went to the Emirates and we looked like pussy holes, to be honest. We said, oh, this is the great Arsenal. We're going to sit back and hope and try and hold it out. Shut up. I don't like that idiot football. If you can't motivate your team to play a team that ain't won, you did it once against Palace. I gave it a blind. But you've done it twice now. Because these teams, if you ain't won in 10 games, don't lie to me and tell me you're full of confidence. The way Ipswich was looking, you would have thought they've won 3 or 4 games this season. And the same with Palace. We had Eze flip-flapping. We had Eze flip-flapping, doing kick-ups. Kick-up. They've not won a game, by the way, and he's got time to be doing kick-up. No, you're an idiot. You ain't motivated the players enough. And for me, that's why I agree with you. He's lost the players.
Look at him on the sideline, hands in his pockets, just straight face. And now I'm not saying do an Arteta and start rolling down the touchline and doing all that stuff, but show a bit of character, show a bit of person, show like you actually care. We're 2-0 down to bottom of the league, Ipswich, and he's just standing there like, well, what do I do now, mate? You know what I mean? So it's just, man. But hopefully we can turn it around.
Well, someone said when it's good, and when it's bad, it's bad. And for me, that ain't good enough. It's as simple as it can't be good and then be followed by the dusty football, bro. Bro, just before we go, just a moment. If he was to leave, because I don't see us first and foremost, our next 3 games, City, Fulham, Bournemouth. How many points do you think we'll take?
If I'm being honest, I think we take 4 points. I think we get a win at City just because it will be a very dirty win, but listen, you take them 3 points at this point in the season. We take that. Do you know what I'm saying? And then you said Fulham and Bournemouth, I believe, right?
Yeah, away to Bournemouth, by the way. Home to Fulham.
I don't see. We beat Fulham at home, but yeah, I'm probably gonna say 6 points out of that. I genuinely believe away we lose to Bournemouth because I just don't see if these players are struggling to get up for games at home against a relegation side. Going away to Bournemouth where they actually play football, they have a manager who's got his team well drilled.
I like him.
Do you know what I'm saying? He's even a manager that I would have taken before. I never really wanted Ange, if I'm being honest. I wanted Guzman or Iriola, but
same.
Yeah,
I don't know. You know, Jay. You know what? Send me your details, bro. I need this brother. You're saying what I'm saying. I've been saying Iriola because I don't get the fact that we've got a target man that we don't target. He knows how to use Solanke. You get me? I need because I like Solanke, but I don't like the way we're using him. So I need a manager that knows how to use him. So if Postecoglou does leave, I'm going for Iriola all day long. Day long. That's my.
And Iriola can adjust his back. He's very good at shifting his back line from a mid block to a high press, to a low block. He's very adaptable. That is why I wanted him over Ange. I watch a lot of Scottish football, and I know about Ange already. I've got a lot of Scottish mates as well, so yeah, man. But hey, listen, Dej,
Jay, big up to you. Thank you for coming through. Make sure you come through again, bro. Drop me a message as well. It'd be good to get your details. I would love to get you on again, my bro.
I'll drop you a DM after this, man. 100%.
Yeah, man. Big up, man. Big up, big up. That's Jay, you know. Jay talking sense. That's a real Tottenham brother. We can change opinion. You get me? At the end of the day, when it's dusty, it's dusty. So, you know what? Big up, Jay. You know what I mean? Let's hope for his sake he wins a trophy. But I should have asked Jay whether the Carabao would have been enough. But because for me, I don't think Carabao is enough unless we're finishing top 4. But big up, Jay, in the building. SG now. SG, you know what I mean? Yes, SG. What are you saying, my guy?
Nothing, man. Just enjoy international football, man.
Mate, like us all, mate. You know what? It's so dusty that I felt to do this show during the Greece-England game. That's how rubbish I find the whole... Bro, you know what it is? There's got to be a way. What I would like to see in terms of international football is that everybody is just in the World Cup or in the Euro. All the European teams are just in, and it's just straight knockouts. Because this Nations League is so destroying, bro. It's dusty, bro. I can't even take it, man. It's so dry.
But it's all about money, my friend.
It really is, bro. It really is. And then we wonder why the players are injured in all of our clubs. There's too much. There is such a thing as too much football, in my opinion.
Yeah. But if I was in charge, I should put international football in summer instead, because there's no tournaments. For example, World Cup or Euros, so we can see league football or Champions League, much more entertainment.
Yeah, for me, I agree. I agree. Actually, what are you saying? What are we talking about this evening? Because there's a whole bag of things. There's Tottenham, there's Arteta, there's Liverpool, there's City. And first of all, big up to everyone locked on as well. Everyone, make sure you smash the like. You see the link as well. If you want to come through, do what like Jay, do like SG. Do just click that link. Do you get what I'm saying?
Listen, I'm a big Arsenal fan, but also a big anti-Arteta man. I don't like that man. He's the biggest fraud manager I've ever seen. I never seen a PR this in my entire life supporting football in general.
Yeah, as
this manager be so protected for failing. I don't know how this is possible,
bro. Because if you don't protect him, then it's like one of the thing that I find that I don't like about football is that people are not humble. What is wrong in saying you made a mistake? Maybe you got it wrong, but these brothers don't want to admit they made a mistake with Arteta. So by fire, by thunder, they're gonna find a way to protect him to make the brother look good, even though we know, you can all see that nothing to go on at your club.
Bro, they bleached their eyes so they're too blind to realize.
It's crazy, bro.
Bro, I have a theory of why they support Arteta. You know, the COVID season happened.
Yeah.
I bet Arsenal was cahoot with the government that was sending the coronavirus shots to be that deluded to support Arteta.
That's what actually saying. Well, bro,
it's a joke. It's a joke.
I know it's a joke, and I hear you. But one thing I can tell you, anything is possible in this dusty game. Do you get what I'm saying? I don't put anything past any club or any person from my own personal perspective. But what happens now, because you men have backed him, Arteta is not under pressure. He's not happy. No. He's not happy with the results, but he's not under pressure. But equally, I was saying to Arteta out and Inzaghi in, you man aren't doing nothing about this. Why not? Why aren't you? Would you agree that you man are more Spursy than Spurs? A lot of Arsenal fans get offended by that statement, but I don't think they're understanding the logic in what I'm saying. You man are worse than Tottenham when it comes to doing the right thing.
Yeah, it's quite ironic that every Arsenal fan is always making fun of Spurs for not winning trophies, but as soon as the same energy towards Arsenal, they get very triggered. If we're meant to be a big club, trophies has to be included, pressure needs to be added. If not, we're just a spicy Tottenham.
I agree. No, sir, they get me. You are just a spicy Tottenham. So, bro, go on, keep going.
No. Sorry. Just keep talking. I don't
No,
want to
big
interrupt.
man, bro. So I want to know from you, legit now, because I get a lot of deluded Arsenal fans. One of them is a guy called Oregon Guna. Yeah, he's
Come on, Dal. He's a cool guy. Big up, Dal. Big up, Dal.
Dal's he smokes Woody Banton out there.
Yeah, now come on, man. He's very positive. It's very different, but
yeah. But no, he knows. I love that.
Yeah.
He knows it's all love at the end of the day. But I'm worried for you, man. I don't think you, man, finished top 4. Which is what I originally thought, and then I got swayed. And the reason why I got swayed is when you keep doing the same thing and hearing the same crap, because that's what these people like to do. They like to give Arsenal and City the top 2 spots without them even bloody earning it. Right now, I don't see City or Arsenal doing anything in the league. Who is stopping Liverpool? Who? So for me, I'm looking at this Arsenal team, and it's dusty, bro. It's dusty. One of the things that I said to Northside the other day is where we've got one Timo Werner and man, them are laughing at me. For you, man, have got 3. Martinelli is a Timo Werner. Jesus is a Timo Werner. Raheem Sterling is a Timo Werner. You've got 3 of them, my brother. So where are you going with that level of quality? Where are you going with that?
Top 4. This is the only target for the Cronkies, top 4 in the Champions League, Mali. They have no intention to win league titles or Champions League, unfortunately.
But the problem is, Northside said that the other day. I hear what you're saying, but what are you going to do about that? Because the problem is, they know that even if you're feeling this way, and this is what you're saying, you're not going to do nothing about it, bro.
Listen, we are the minorities on this fan base, fortunately, because majority are a bunch of deluded pricks. Yeah, abusing other people for not thinking this manager is great. Bro, I call him the Paella Pardew because he's an absolute fraud. In critical moments, he's such a clown, bro. He doesn't know to bring an attacker or... Yeah, for example, he's destroyed every attacking players because when we signed Trossard, he was bowling. Yeah, when Jesus came back from an injury, he benched him for a whole month. Yeah, that's a very poor manager.
Yeah, that's true.
And another example,
when Jesus was balling, he benched him, so he made Jesus like this.
Exactly.
You can even see he's lost confidence in his face. I agree with you. I agree, actually.
And next season, when Trossard was performing, he got benched. Is that fair? And people say, "I'll sell Trossard," but they don't have the same energy for Mario Odegaard. He have massive stinkers, but he doesn't get because he's the best player. By who? Because we don't have another number 10 who could compete with him. That's a poor squad planning, unfortunately. Yeah. We should have bought a striker, we should have bought a winger, and we should have bought a number 10.
Why didn't you guys do that? That's the bit I don't get. That's why Arteta. I said you man are more better than Spurs.
Arteta.
Why? Is it Arteta or is your club just full of mad people?
Both. Because Arteta doesn't have a record in the CV like an Ancelotti who can demand players he wants. Arteta is just a puppet for the Cronkies. He's a face.
Yeah. So is that his fault though? Because sometimes you get pussies that come out. Is it their fault that they're... Is it his fault really?
It's the fan base fault for accepting this rubbish. How can you accept failures and how can you pay most expensive ticket prices in Europe but you're not allowed to demand anything? I find it's very odd, actually.
SG, I'm with you, bro. I find your whole club odd. Bro, Arsenal fans told me to come and support Arsenal. What? Yeah. What? Tell me, why should I come to support Arsenal?
Don't just support on the club. Unfortunately,
there you go.
Arsenal ain't the club it used to be.
Bare Arsenal assembled one of my guys. He would say, "Dad, you know you're at the wrong club. Come over, rare. You man are no better than Tottenham. That's the truth." You man shaking your bum for second. What did second get you? Look at this dustiness. Dusty. Cracky, man. You can't even persuade me to move over. You can't talk me about my club. Come on. You man are a shambles right now, to be honest. Bro. Arsenal are a shambles. And I love
people be hyping Havertz.
Being real about it. Go on, bro.
Bro, I never hold him back, bro. By the way, I'm Somali, but every time I see my people on YouTube support Arsenal, they're a bunch of deluded idiots. Yeah. Or either trying to clout by social media. Say it as it is.
Yeah. Say it as it is. I agree. SG, I'm with you, bro. Look, I'm a lover of the game. I want to see the league be competitive. I don't like seeing your club like this. Real talk. Like you, man. I can't chat to any Arsenal fan with any form of respect. Obviously, I can talk to you with respect because obviously you're coming here, you're talking sense, but it's rubbish, bro. I can't lie. It's rubbish. We're all rubbish, bro.
It's not PR propaganda, unfortunately.
Yeah. Now, big up to you, my bro. But SG, thank you for coming through.
Thank you,
man.
man.
Some gems. And you know what? I think you've rattled a couple man them, yeah, because I got my guy here, YouTube Elijah, coming through now.
Ooh.
But Brandon showed his face, you know. So I think you might rattle some of the families. So
I live for the smoke, bro. I live for the smoke. I ain't afraid.
Well,
if you want to try me, I'm 6'2". I live in Stockholm.
Bro,
I'm all here.
Brandon says he's the truth, so he should be backing everything you've just said. If he doesn't back it, then he's a fraudster, and I've said it live and direct. I ain't recording him out, but you know, I've been calling it. He needs to be backing what you said. Now, big up SG. Thank you for being in. Everyone, show love and respect. SG in the building. Thank you.
Take
SG.
care, man.
Big up. I'm bringing in Elijah, and then I'm going to be bringing in Brandon because I have to do it in the right order. But Elijah,
yo,
what are you saying? Elijah talk football.
Yo, Deji.
What are you saying?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I mean, listen. I mean, can you believe it, Deji? Chelsea during the international break are in third place. You know, which is weird. You know,
I
knew
you was going to.
All I'm saying is that if people say that Chelsea are in the title race, I think they're losing their mind because we don't have the squad to be in the title race, and I'm going to give you the reason why. The Man United and the Arsenal game. You know, same mistakes, same performance, same mistakes. Look, if you look at the Man United game, the goal we conceded here, Robert Sanchez, you know, gave away the penalty to Garnacho. And the Arsenal game, you know, both Martinelli and Havertz were on their own. There was no defense. And Robert Sanchez, once again, getting beat at the near post. So to me, in January, we need to sort out and just spend money on better goalkeeper, better centre backs, because I think our full backs is all right, the likes of Kukuya, Reece James, and Gusto. But it's our centre backs that is not good enough, you know. It really isn't. And we definitely do need a striker because don't get me wrong, Jackson is a very good player. But in the last 2 games, I haven't seen much of him. I really didn't. So we need a striker, we need a centre backs, and we need a goalkeeper. And if we can do that, then I feel like Chelsea Football Club might be challenged for the top 4. I mean, it will be difficult because the likes of Villa, you know, Arsenal, you know, even the likes of Nottingham Forest are in it. But if we can sort out in January, then I feel like we'll be comfortable. But Deji, man, I have to ask you this because you're a Spurs fan. I have to ask you this because
I just can't believe when you. This is how in the mud Tottenham is. You just listed out a bag of teams and you didn't include my club, and I don't blame you because we're just moving mad right now.
I know because listen, Ipswich Town, didn't win a game of football this year. Their last win was in April 2002, but upstairs Tottenham, you gave them the win, and the same goes for Crystal Palace, you know. And listen, you man can beat Man City, you can destroy West Ham and Aston Villa, but you man have lost teams that you're supposed to beat, and you even drew against Leicester, you know. So Deji, like, what is the problem with Tottenham? Because you win, you lose, you win, you lose. Like, is it that Daniel Levy is the problem, or do you think you know the owners, the manager, and the players are the problem? Because surely, like, every manager you do, you know, the likes of Antonio Conte, Nuno, and all that stuff, they leave you and they tend to do well. Like Antonio Conte is first place. Nuno, but not the Forest, are doing well. You know, so what's the problem with Tottenham at the moment?
So there's a couple of things I just want to quickly deal with. So first of all, I fully agree with you. And I legitimately think you are true to your name. Elijah talks football. I think your club is dusty, to be honest. And I'm glad that there's other Chelsea fans that haven't smoked the Budgie Banton. You're back 4 and you've got a relegation fodder goalkeeper. If you don't, if you make those changes, but look, by all means, I think you're top 4. If that current squad is not top 4, when Chelsea fans like Don are shaking, I bet Don £100 Tottenham will finish above Chelsea because I don't believe in that current squad. But if you do the changes that you suggested, yes, I agree. You man can do something.
Yeah.
Now, the truth is, and I'm going to have this conversation with Brandon next, we're all crap. Really, we're all rubbish. The only team that is decent is Liverpool. Now, Tottenham, the issue is it's a club issue. That's the truth. It's a club issue. Why? Because we're bringing in these managers. We're not really making the right signings. I want to blame Postecoglou, but I can't because we've seen this problem with other managers. So there's definitely a structural issue, even if it is our scouting. Look at Brighton. When you've got a good structure, it don't matter who the manager is. Managers are coming in and they seem to be kicking on. They just get better. So we don't have a solid structure at the core. So it's a club problem first. And then I will blame the manager because for me, what I can't take, I don't mind losing football on any given Sunday. It happens. But I can't be losing to Ipswich at home. I can't be losing to Palace. Teams low and confident. And you're right. You've just named 3 teams that are dusty. Leicester, we didn't win. Crystal Palace, we lost. And Ipswich, we lost. This is the other end of the pitch. No point beating Aston Villa and Man City if you're going to be losing to these idiots. So for me, the inconsistency is down to the manager. It's down to preparation. If you prepare to fail, if you fail to prepare, you prepare to fail. And that's what it looks like with Spurs. The preparation has been rubbish. Him signing Timo Werner. We can see with our eyes, Brennan Johnson, you're not about that life. So I think it's a mixture of the two, but definitely it's a club, it's a structural issue. But what can we do? This is what Levy's not leaving anytime soon. So people say Levy out. Okay. But Tottenham fans are still buying season tickets. We're still going to the state. You're still going to the games. You're still buying pints. You're still buying hot dogs. Until you stop doing all of those idiot things, this brother is going to be still in charge of the club. So stop moaning or march with your feet. But none of these people are quick to talk, but they're not about that life. That's the thing that pisses me off. You're not about it. You're moaning, but you're not really. Because if you were really about it, I'm hearing that a brother called Brian Daigle, every game or whenever he turns up, he has a crowd of 50 to 100 that are saying Levy out outside the stadium on match day. The capacity of Tottenham is 62,000. And we've got 50 to 100 saying Levy out. We're not serious. We're not serious. And that is the problem, bro. What I want is an American investor, Saudi, China. I don't give a damn. I just need a major investor to come into my club and do something. Because right now, we ain't going to come out of this rut under the same structure. And I think that's why a lot of Spurs fans are pissed. But at the same time, what are we going to do?
Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. Like, you have a lot of work to do if you want Tottenham to be winning trophies and finishing the top 4, because the squad that you have, some of them need to leave. And if Ange Postecoglou continues to be this bad, then I think it's time for him to go. But the question is, for those people are saying Ange out, who do you bring him in? Who do you think is going to be better than Ange? And also, if you bring in the next manager, are you worried that next manager could be the same thing? So Tottenham have a lot of work to do, man.
What I can't understand, and Brandon, just give me a moment. Rasta, I see you as well. What I can't understand, there are managers like Areola. You can't say that Bournemouth team is anything special on an individual basis. Tottenham's players is superior to Bournemouth, but look how he's got Bournemouth playing. I watched Bournemouth against Chelsea. They deserve to win 4-1. They slapped you, man. You guys got the 1-0 win, but they turned you, man. I wasn't surprised when Bournemouth beat Arsenal. I wasn't surprised when Bournemouth beat City. If you watch the Chelsea game, you could see it coming. So I want a manager that can work with minimal tools. I thought Postecoglou was that guy, but the issue with Postecoglou is he can work with minimal tools, but he's not ready to adapt. And for me, anyone that disrespects the Prem, I don't want around. The Prem is the best league in the world with the best managers, with the best analysis. And you think playing the same way every game is going to get results. It's not. It's proved week after week. I would even go as far as I would rather have Eddie Howe. than have Postecoglou right now. Yes, it's a bold statement because at least he does adaptation in the location. He tries different things. You can't have the same system every time. It doesn't work, not in the Prem. And until he cottons on to that, I can't see it working. And I think that's the issue, my bro.
Yeah, true, man, true. Well, we'll see what happens, you know, because you got some tough fixtures. Your next game is away at Man City, so you know you have a good result, but let's not forget Man City are really good at home. They haven't lost a game at home since 2022 before the World Cup. So so you got some tough fixtures, you know.
But as for you, the only thing I would say for you, bro, is that I think you are absolutely 100% in terms of Chelsea. Get those players in. I think Mariska's done an all right job. It looks like your team looks more solid than it did under Pochettino. However, I would still argue you've not had a blip. I know you talked about this the United game, but you haven't had like Arsenal going through a stinky run, Spurs are going through a stinky run, City going through a stinky run. I don't think we can say Chelsea have been through a stinky run yet. You've had bad results, but not a stinky run. And I want to know, that's when I will judge your manager, whether he's the guy. Do you think he's the guy?
Well, I mean, it's early days, but so far, I mean, in terms of the performances, it's getting better, but he has a lot of work to do in terms of our defense and our goalkeeping, because what percentage needs to be dropped, but I don't see that happening. So for me, I'm just 50-50, but we'll see what happens for the rest of the season.
Yeah. All right. Big up. Hey, Elijah Talks Football. Thank you for coming through, gracing us with the Chelsea segment there. Yep. We are going to see, and I like that, not shaking your bum, not doing a don. We're guaranteed top 4. We got the second best squad in the league. None of that crap. You get me? Nope. You're being real. So big up to you, Elijah Talks Football. Big up, bro. And I hope to see you again next week. Big up, big up. Hey, Brandon. Where is he? Rasta, Mikey, miss see you, my brother, as well. I see you. I will get you on in just a moment. But big up to everyone locked in, locked on. Brandon is in the building. Bro, you know, I started out with this brother from time. What are you saying?
Give us a second, bro. I'm just trying to settle the kids quick.
Okay, cool. Should I get Rasta Mikey on and then I bring you on?
Yeah, do that.
All right, love. Rasta Mikey, let's go. This brother always talks sense. Do you get me? Mikey, what you saying, my bro?
Yo, man, what's happening, man?
Good to hear. Good to hear your voice again. Do you get what I'm saying? Good to hear from you. What's going on? What are we talking about? Obviously, your club is moving. Every time we talk, do you know what? There's a pattern, you know. Every time we've spoken,
I shouldn't have started calling you.
Lower and lower. Do you know that, yeah?
Nah, man, you put a curse on my team, man. Ever since I called this show, my team has been playing bad, man. I don't know why you done to my team, man. Nah, but man, like seriously, I think Arsenal. I think it's starting to show that the past few seasons that we've been fighting with City, that it took a lot out of the team.
I said this though.
And I just think that Arsenal fans need to adjust their expectations this year. But the thing is that if we can get Champions League this year, then I think I'll be okay with that. But
so you're hoping for top 4.
Yeah, but here's the thing though, because you know what, Deji, you know the problem with people these days, yeah, when people watch football these days, yeah, they only go by, I mean, people only go by a few games only. They don't actually look at it as like a whole, like a cycle. Because my point when I say I just want Champions League football this year is that reset next season, you know, re-galvanize the team, sign a few more players here and there, which we obviously need, like a good striker, and then we can kick on from there. Because I believe we've got a foundation. We don't have a good team yet, but we've got a foundation. Yeah. You know, the thing is that I was listening to you guys.
Reset with the same manager, though? Or with a different manager? Because a lot of Arsenal fans are saying this brother out.
To be honest with you, I think it's very difficult to think of any other manager than Arteta. I'm not a really big fan of Arteta, but at the same time, I also respect what he's done. I mean, I know it's easy to banter and say, "Oh yeah, is she," and all that, but I know where we were, when he took over, and we're in a better place. So if I'm saying that he's got a foundation now, if they decide to bring somebody else, I'm okay with that as well. I don't really have a problem with that, But the whole idea is that the squad, I don't think we have the right squad yet. I know I was listening to you guys on Never Fall the other day. You were arguing like about how good is Saka in the Arsenal team and all that. I mean, it's a debate that everybody's always throwing around, right?
Yeah.
The thing with me is that I always go back to when I saw Arsenal, when Arsenal was good. I can guarantee you in that invincible team, Saka would be probably Robert Pires level or Ljungberg level. He's not an Henry, He's not like a backup,
I agree.
Main,
Arsenal fans like Brandon shaking their bum for Saka. Come on.
The thing is that the reason why Arsenal fans do that about Saka is because we've been starving for a long time. So Robert Pires rocks up and we're all like, oh yeah, this is the best. He does well. Robert Pires was a good player, by the way, but he wasn't the main guy.
And I've been banging on about this for years. When I think Arsenal, I think Tony Adams, Vieira, Perez, Overmars, Bergkamp, Wright, Henry. Do you know what I'm saying? Even Ray Parlour. Do you get me? Man, want to shake your bum for Kai Havertz? You're not shaking your bum for Martinelli, Raheem Sterling.
That's the problem. That is the problem.
The standards have lowered, and then Arsenal fans will say, "We will take Carabao." That team would never take Carabao and say that was a decent season. Never, never. That team was all about going for the league. Man. You know what I'm saying?
But then the thing is that obviously you've got all these millennials. They didn't actually see that the Arsenal. They only know this Arsenal, and probably the Arsenal of I don't know Mustafi and all them man, So obviously they're gonna be happy, for what's there right now. And I understand that, I mean, I'm not here to judge anybody to say, whether they should, hype up who and whatever, But my point is that if we can just add a serious gunman in that team, a proper player that can,
Bro,
I think next season will be little,
Rasta, Northside calls you man spicy Spurs, which I think is another term for you man are Spursy. Do you agree with that statement? Because I've been talking about having a gunman since last year. It might have been Brandon, I'm starting to think it might. Maybe I don't think it was Brandon. Let me not put unnecessary lies on Brandon's name. But someone told me, because City won the league without a gunman, Arsenal can win the league without a striker.
Yeah,
what with Martinelli and Saka? And I said to them, what with Martinelli and Saka? I don't see. That means Martinelli and Saka would need to score 20 plus goals in the Prem each. And they were like, yeah, Martinelli can get 20 plus goals. And I thought, this brother's been smoking Budgie Banton.
No, but people don't actually understand how football works, because the whole false nine thing, I started seeing, the first time I saw that style was actually Guardiola at Barcelona. I remember when he had those little minions, like those little guys, Remember the final against Man United against Barcelona Champions League final, I think 2011. Little guys, yeah. But the difference is that they could all play. They were all footballers. They were just footballers, pure footballers. Nothing to do with all this. How Martinelli just runs down the line and all that stuff. You need that person to be actually a good footballer.
Yeah.
And the thing is that I think this is the misconception that a lot of people have. To say that, oh yeah, Arteta is trying to do a false 19 and whatever. It usually doesn't work. You need a serious gunman, a bagsman, who puts the ball in the net, guaranteed, And I just think that is probably the weakness that we have in our team. But anyway, I wanted to ask you something because I heard you talking just now with with the Chelsea fan, and you're talking
And I
about
got to bring Brandon on as well. But yeah, go on. Sorry, go on.
you were talking about Tottenham, and I just wanted to hear why are you so. I don't know, why do you expect so much from your team like that? You know, and the other thing is you just mentioned that you also mentioned that oh yeah, you want to be like Brighton and da, da, da. You finished above Brighton for the past few years.
Yeah, no, it's not that I want to be like
better than Brighton.
No, bro, what it is, Brighton are working with minimal resources, and look what they're doing. That's the point I'm making. I want to have a better talent ID. I don't want to be seeing Brennan Johnson or Timo Werner when we could be bringing in Jorginho and Mitoma or an Enciso. That's my point there. But the reason why I'm pissed, but the reason why
I'll just gonna cut you.
Can I be legit? Because you're saying to me, why do I have a big chest for my team? I look at the squad with my eyes, because I'm not doing a Stevie Wonder or Ray Charles, and I say, what could this team achieve? So I'm going to ask you, could Tottenham have beaten Brighton?
I think you need to have patience with your team.
No, but could Tottenham,
not your team,
could Tottenham have beaten Brighton, and should they have beaten Brighton? Legitly.
Yes, they should have. Yeah, they should have.
Cool. Should Tottenham have beaten a Crystal Palace team that hadn't won a single game so far
100%,
in the season?
100%.
Right. And
100%.
should Tottenham be beating an Ipswich team that should not have won, who have not won a single game so far this season prior to them playing us? Should Tottenham be beating them?
Yes.
So you've said yes to the 3 games, yeah? Had Tottenham just done that, we would be second. I know a lot of people say if buts are made. So the point I'm saying is, I can see the quality in my team is good enough for top 4, but they're not. He's not doing it. Losing those 3 games is the reason why I want this manager out, because that is unforgivable. Even Harry Redknapp is winning games. Harry Redknapp. You get me? So for me, if Tottenham can do top 4, a lot of people poo-poo my team, but the truth is, if you're poo-pooing my team, you got to poo-poo your team. That's why I keep saying Arsenal fans always look at me strange. I say Arsenal's not much better. Arsenal's not better than Tottenham. It's not.
Then here's the thing, just quickly, just my last point,
Yeah.
And I hope you take something out of what I'm about to say.
Yeah. Okay.
Your team is because if you look at Brighton, for example, for the past few years, Brighton is a well-run club, and they're actually making serious money, and all this other stuff that we talk about, they have like a structure, a proper structure that is supporting whatever they're doing on the pitch. The thing is that with your club, I actually think Tottenham, whatever business they're doing off the pitch, it's only recently when they started to do, you built a new stadium, you've got all these other activities going on and whatever. I think in time, if you're patient enough, in time, he'll be able to build a serious squad. The thing is that what you don't want to do, though, is end up getting into that stage and not have a decent manager. Ange Postecoglou is a decent manager. If you give him the right tools, and remember what I say, you just said that you re-signed Timo Werner. Do you really think he wanted Timo Werner?
Bro,
he knows football, man. How would you want someone like Timo Werner?
I would want my manager to be real then. You know what? He's a club signing.
Yeah, but if he does that, he loses his job, man. He can't be honest, man. He will lose his job, man, if he does that. So, I mean, he's an employee at the end of the day.
I hear that. But okay, even Timo Werner aside, if you can't motivate your team to beat a team that hasn't won a game, then there's a problem, no?
Yeah, but that's football, though, man.
Managers are supposed to inspire. No, but managers are supposed to inspire and motivate. And the 2 L's that we took against Palace and Ipswich, there was no inspiration, there was no motivation.
Yeah.
And for me, that is unbelievable. That's why I said you can lose a game of football. When we lost to Newcastle, I took it because we played well. When we lost to Arsenal, I took it, we played well. But I ain't going to take not turning up. That I can't.
Do you know what the problem that you have here, Tottenham? The problem Tottenham has, and the Tottenham fans, is that it's just the Arsenal scourge. You've got Arsenal beside you, and that's the problem.
I don't
You
give a damn about
always
Arsenal. I
you can
wanted to
say
beat.
that, Deji, but I've
wanted
seen a
to
lot of
beat Man
podcasts
City.
for Tottenham.
I wanted to beat Man City to get fourth last season. So that shows you I don't give a damn. I don't care if beating you had won you the
Yeah,
league.
but
I was focused on the champs.
Do you
get
know
what I'm
what?
saying?
Yeah, Deji, the reverse could be true. When you guys were doing so well and making Champions League and we weren't, I was always concerned about your team. Like, oh, they're about to win the Champions League. Oh my God, if they win the Champions League, what are they gonna say to us and all that stuff? Yeah, and then it puts pressure on your team to sort of like you expect a lot more from them than what it's natural. It's natural.
I hear what you're saying, but the truth is, I have standards for my club, and my standards is top four. And if we don't get top four,
I hope you get it this year. I like Ange. I want him to stay at Tottenham. Not for banter purposes or anything like that.
I hear what. Look, you've heard me say I like his football. I just don't like the management and I don't like the mentality. That's all. I do actually enjoy the game. I enjoy the football, but I don't enjoy what is around it, and that's my problem. And I'm not sure he has enough tools in his locker, whether that's the club's fault or whether that's his fault, to do what is required. And that's why I've come to terms and said he was out. But Rasta, it's been a pleasure having you. Always enjoyed talking to you, my bro. Thank you very much for coming through. I got to bring Brandon. Yeah, safe, bro. I got to bring Brandon on. Dan, I see you. We are going to get into it. You already know. I know you got a lot to say as well on it. So let me bring Brandon through, and then Dan's coming through, and then got NBA in the building. Brandon's been making bare comments in the back, disagreeing with Rasta Mikey on the whole. I think you said Perez's levels on Saka. Is that what you said? Brandon, I'm kind of, I feel a little bit on edge. You're not smiling. You get me? You got this kind of frown going on. Is it really that bad at your club? Is your club a spicy Tottenham? Is that what you're telling me? You man are just moving like my club.
First of all, before we get into talking about football, people in the comments, people that are watching right now, get this guy to 4K. Get this guy to 4K, please. Yeah? Because this guy is working hard. He's funny as fuck. And he deserves it. Yeah? Big up yourself, Deji. Big up yourself, mate. It was only about a year ago we was having the conversation. Maybe you should start your own channel, Dej. Maybe you should do this. And you was a little bit unsure as to whether you'd be able to hold the audience by yourself, etc. You're doing exceptionally well, bro. And keep going. Keep going.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, especially from you, my bro. True Gunner TV in the building. Thank you. Thank you.
But of course, we are here to talk facts. We don't talk nonsense, although Deji a couple of times there tried to say that I was spouting nonsense at some point.
No, you know what? I'm trying to, because me and you spoke a lot, I do picture you around the time some Arsenal fan dropped the bomb on me that they think Arsenal can win the Prem without a 9. And I thought, are you smoking Budgie Banton? Do you get what I'm saying? But hey, it might not have been you. It probably wasn't you. It probably was Gooner Lee or something. But someone said it, and I'm coming for them.
Maybe we shared the same stream, Deji, but that definitely didn't come out of my mouth. That is for sure. Yeah. I mean, that sounds like an Egal or a Gooner Lee type thing, so it's not me. But anyway, getting into the football. First of all, right? Yes, it is that bad, Deji. Yes, it is that. This is ground settings. This is. I mean, you just called.
Can I say I told you so? I'm just saying. I shouldn't be laughing because it's just as bad at my club, but I did say.
You listen. You like to shake the ball for. You can say I told you so to the likes of Egal, to the likes of Gooner Lee, but you know that I've been saying the same thing as you, bro.
Yeah.
For the 4 years, 5 years, I've been saying the same thing. So, that don't work with me. But look, you just called us a spicy Spurs, right? Worse than that this season, bro. We're spicy Stoke City right now. Prime 2009 Stoke City, right? And I said this on Dan's channel. Big up Dan. Potts, that is, right?
Yeah.
This is how I look at Arsenal's season and Mikel Arteta in particular so far. Mikel Arteta is a cowboy tradesman, mate. Yeah? You know what I mean by cowboy tradesman, yeah? Cowboy builders, cowboy tradesmen, they get brought in to fix something, and then they end up fucking it up and making it even worse.
Yeah.
Or fixing something that wasn't broken in the first place, right?
Yeah. That's true.
That's what Arteta's done. Fix something that weren't broken in the first place. So I'll use this analogy as I did the other day. Arteta this season, his job was to fix the leaking pipes, right?
Yeah.
3 massive leaks in the pipes. Let's call that central attacking midfield,
Yep.
striker, and right wing. Yeah,
We knew that.
Now, there was also a couple of small leaks in the pipes, and he's plugged them with Miguel Marino and Calafiori. Cool.
Yeah.
But that hasn't dealt with the other three leaks in the pipe, right?
Yeah.
Now he's realised, hang about, these leaks are affecting the brick wall, which is Arsenal's squad, Arsenal's title hopes, let's just say, yeah?
Yeah.
So he's moved the brick wall out the way. Now he's looking at the foundations saying, hang on, is the foundations, which is Arsenal's playing style, good enough to hold up the rest of it? I don't think so. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the foundations, which is Arsenal's playing style, which back in 21-22, when we was 8 points clear, was a very similar style to what we're seeing from Liverpool now, very attacking, yeah? To prime 2009 Stoke City, we've got 6'4" players in every area of the pitch. They're lampposts, yeah? They've got the turning circle of the Titanic, but it's okay because we'll win on a set piece. That's what he's done. Then what he's done is he's put the wall back. Now he's realised that the wall no longer fits the foundations. The wall's on the piss. Yeah. And guess what? The pipes are still leaking, Deji. The pipes are still leaking. So what he's done is he's tried to fix something that wasn't broken. Arsenal's playing style was never the fucking problem. We had to build on what we did in 2021-22 when we should have won the league when we was 8 points clear, but we didn't, right? That's what he should have done. He should have stuck to the playing style that we played that season because it worked, and brought in better personnel who could do the job better than, let's say, a Zinchenko who ended up costing us that season, right? Instead, what he's done is he's flipped it all around now. He's changed it completely because he seems to think that if we play like Stoke City and, take our opportunities when presented with them, that's how the league, because he's got PTSD about how many goals we conceded in 21-22 season, right? And in the end, that ended up costing us the league. But the fact and reality is, if you're going to do that, that's fine. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. But if you're going to rely on a defensive shape and then hit teams on the counter and take your opportunities or very minimal amount of opportunities.
Well, you have to.
You have to have a fucking killer in front of goal,
You have to. Straight. I agree.
So why, and this is where the question lies, why did he not go out and buy a striker in the summer? Why? If this is the way you want to play, fine. But buy me somebody who will take them opportunities. Havertz won't. Martinelli is dog breath right now, yeah? Dog breath. And he was never a killer anyway. And the only one, and he's not even a killer, but the only one who can create something and can create for himself and also comes up with goals and assists is Bukayo Saka, and that's it. If Saka's dying a quick death, which he has been recently, then we offer absolutely nothing, bro, because it's like Arsenal are Saka or bust. And that's what this process has been. 5 years, £800 million spent for Arsenal to become Saka or bust.
So why were Arsenal fans shaking? Why were people like good? Why are Arsenal fans shaking their bum when Arteta got given the 3-year extension? I laughed. I said, so you guys could go 8 years without a trophy, like legitly. And people keep trying to tell me about the FA Cup. Shut up. Do you know what I mean? In the full season under this brother, you are no different than Spurs. He would have produced nothing. But now, the threat, like you said, I think you're right. I think it was totally fine. He just needed to bring a. That's why I said Arsenal is more Spursy than Spurs. Because why won't you just buy a striker? Any striker would do. Solanke would have done a job for you, man.
Let's just go back to what you just said there, right? To any Arsenal fan out there, Gooner Lee, I am talking to you right now, right? I am talking to any other Arsenal fan who sits there shaking their bum about Arteta's FA Cup win, but then will also sit there in the same breath and say, I didn't rate that squad. That's why he had to sell them all. Because at the end of the day, right, Arteta won that trophy with Unai Emery's squad, not with his squad.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Come on.
Now that he's got his squad, we've won fuck, and we don't look like winning fuck all either. Also, on top of that, right, all these Arsenal fans that want to give it large to Spurs and to Spurs fans, right, talking about, Pochettino, he was a nearly man. Guess what? Pochettino spent 5 years at Spurs, won nothing. If Mikel Arteta doesn't win a trophy this season, that'll be 5 years without winning anything. It's exactly the same.
And you mimic, because we had 2 second-place finishes. You had 2 second-place finishes. We had Champions League final, though, in those 5 years. Yeah. You'd have to get a final to equal Poch, or he would have done worse.
Exactly, and this is it, bro. But look, I'm looking at Arsenal right now, and I don't see how this gets better, right? Yeah. I can see the positive, or the so-called positive Arsenal fans, right? That it's only a 9-point gap. It's a 3-game swing, right? Yeah. So it's not like it's massive. It's not huge to the point where it is unrecoverable, right? Because we've seen, same with us. Yeah, we've seen teams, turn a 9-point gap before. It's been done, and in fairness, we have played a lot of the difficult teams away from home in our opening 10 to 11 fixtures, right? However, the people that say we can turn this around, you only have to look at how we're playing right now to say, no, we can't. We can't. We can't. Look at how many chances we created against Newcastle. Nothing. Even Chelsea, right? Chelsea were the better side. And that game was dusty. Dusty as fuck, bro. The only the only saving grace that we've got right now, and the only saving grace that this manager's got right now, is everybody else, barring Liverpool, in this league is shit. Yeah? If results have gone our way this weekend, just gone, Arsenal's at 8th. Tottenham would have been above us. Yeah. Villa would have been above us. And guess what? Guess what? Even those they're not above us, if Arsenal lose their next game after the international break.
Who's your next game?
Nottingham Forest.
Bloody hell.
Yeah. And let's be real now. Nottingham Forest are playing some real good football, and we are playing haram terrorist football right now. Yeah, can't buy a goal, right?
Yeah.
We lose that game against Forest, and Man United beat Ipswich. Man United are 1 point behind us.
Yowzers.
That's how you know you're in trouble, bro. And this is why I said a few weeks ago, Arsenal are not in a title race. Arsenal are in a top 4 race. Because let's be real now. Let's talk about City, yeah? City are done out here. City are not going to win.
They're not. City's not winning the league this year.
They're not.
This season. And I'm with you. 2 minutes. Sorry, Dan. Sorry, Brandon. I'm just
why they're not is because Man City got complacent when they was competing against Arsenal. And what I mean by that is, in the last 2 years, Arsenal and Man City have been the ones competing for the league title. They haven't really had anybody else to worry about. Liverpool have been shy. Everybody else in the league has been shite, let's be honest, right? But the one thing with Man City is they got a bit too comfortable because they knew that they didn't have to do any major investment in the transfer windows in order to beat Arsenal to that league title, right? And they beat us to it twice. The only thing is,
I agree.
That is catching up with them now, because now you look at their midfield. Okay, Rodri's out injured. You know, these things happen, but you wouldn't have expected Rodri to be out for the full season, but he is, right? And without Rodri, their midfield is a combined age of 92 years old.
Yeah.
You can't tell me that midfield is going to go on a run like Man City do in February, March, April.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
it's not gonna happen.
the only player in their attack who looks threatening is Erling Haaland. Savio don't really score goals, and whoever plays on the left hand,
he's like work. We put him in our pocket like Polly Pocket, and we're crap.
But this is the thing: like City this season don't look great at all, and I don't think they're going to go on a run. I don't think they'll win the league. I don't think anything right. But this is where it becomes even more of a piss take as an Arsenal fan. Because what Liverpool are doing right now is capitalising on the fact that City have been crap. Everybody else in the league has been crap. We should have been the ones doing that. This whole point of this 5-phase project isn't for Arsenal to win a fucking League Cup. Isn't for Arsenal to win an FA Cup. If I wanted Arsenal to spend the sort of money that we've just spent over this 5 years in order to just win a League Cup,
win a Carabao.
I would have kept Wenger.
Yeah.
I would have kept Wenger. But the thing is, Dej, right? And I'll make the last point.
Hello, Brandon. Speak the truth.
I'll make this last point because I know you've got other people waiting, yeah?
Yeah.
This is where the blame lies, and people don't want to talk about it, but they will. At the end of this season, if Arsenal don't win anything, and I don't believe we will, right?
Yeah.
If Arsenal don't win anything, you'll get the Arteta sexuals who will be going out going, give him another year, let him get a striker, let him do this, let him do that, right? Because everybody knows that regardless of what happens this season, unless he finishes outside of the top 4, Arteta will be staying.
He's got a job. He's still got a job, yeah. He's still got a job, yeah.
But this is where you've got to look at things as a whole now and say, where does the blame lie? Well, for me, 50% of the blame lies at the Cronkies and the Arsenal fans' feet, right? I'll put them in the same bracket and I'll explain why in a minute. 40% of the blame goes to the manager and 10% of the blame goes to the players, right? Now, 50% of it to the Cronkies. Why? Because they hired Mikel Arteta with no experience and all the rest of it. They've given him all this money and he's spent quite a large chunk of it poorly, right? And they continue to give him more and more and more and more time, even though this guy has yet to prove anything. This guy has yet to win anything.
Yeah.
All right?
Let's keep it real. Keep it real.
Okay. Also, on top of that, the Cronkies set the standards at the football club. Now, I know, as well as, most sensible Arsenal fans would know, that all the Cronkies are interested in is making sure that Arsenal finish in the top 4 and get that Champions League check. That's it. That's all they're bothered about. Yeah. Arsenal and Spurs are exactly the same in that sense. Daniel and the Cronkies are exactly the same in we don't give a shit as long as we're qualifying for top 4. Everything else will PR the rest of it. We'll come out of it with excuses and all the rest of it, right? So that also tells me that they're not serious, right? Because if they were serious, they'd be extremely disappointed in what's going on right now. They're not, because they know that Arsenal are pretty much a shoo-in to qualify for Champions League this season. And then they'll say, give them another go, right? The reason why it also sits at the fans' feet as well is because the fans are very much similar, or there's a large section of Arsenal fans that are similar in a way to the way that the Cronkies think, because they keep saying, just give him a chance, give him a chance. He ain't spent enough money yet. Oh, it's only been 5 years. He's only had 5 years in it. Oh, we could turn this around. How many more excuses? When are you lot actually going to wake up and realise, hang about, something ain't right here? He was banging on about a 5-phase project. We're in phase 5, and we're worse than what we were in phase 4 and fucking 3. So we're actually
which doesn't make sense. Apart from maybe it's because, like I said at the end of last season, when you finish second twice, it takes a toll mentally on the players, and maybe that's what we're seeing now.
I don't think it's got anything to do with the players, Dej. And the reason why I say that, 10% is why I said what I said on the players, right? 40% on the manager. Why? Because the manager brought these players in. He doesn't trust half of them. You can see that by the fact that he rushed Martin Odegaard back in from a long-term injury straight into a Chelsea match. He played Declan Rice with a broken toe. Even those he has, and I don't rate any of the options that we have off the bench, but let's be real now. This manager spent money on these guys. This manager wanted them at Arsenal Football Club. He should be able to trust in these players. He bought them. Yeah. And instead, we're playing players with injury because he doesn't trust them, right? So his squad building has been shit anyway. Let's be honest, right? So that's part of that is, most of that is on him. And then also, look at the way we're playing right now, as I've already explained. Stoke City. Yeah? Arsenal need like Stoke City to win games. We've got players there that are capable of playing much better football than what we've seen so far this season. Why? Because they did it in 21-22. So nobody can tell me that we haven't got the squad to play an attacking style of football, because we have.
I'm with you. Yeah, I'm with you. And look,
so that's all
Brandon,
on the manager. That's all on the manager, right? Then you look at, I never wanted to go into this season relying on a 17-year-old kid, Ethan Nwaneri, right? But the manager, and this is how I think it should be anyway, the manager has always said, I play players based on merit. Well, then why didn't you play Ethan Nwaneri when every time he's come on that pitch, he's off or he's looked decent? Instead, what you've done is you've continued to play Trossard even when he's out of form. You continue to play Martinelli even when he was out of form. And this 17-year-old kid is wondering, why the fuck am I not getting a game when every time I come on the pitch for you, I actually do something. There's something to talk about. I do more than what these men are doing right now, right? And all of a sudden, now Odegaard's back. Oh, Ethan, you're back in the bin, mate. Yeah, don't worry about. We ain't going to bring you off the bench no more. We ain't going to play you no more unless it's in a needless cup game or a game that's needless. We might play you then. And this is how the manager kills confidence of players. Look at Jesus, right? Jesus isn't as bad as what he is showing right now. He's not.
Well, that's what Ricky said, isn't it?
Yeah,
Ricky was saying it was the mismanagement of him. Yeah,
but the manager has killed confidence. The manager's killed Zinchenko's confidence, right? And I don't rate Zinchenko either. But when you're bringing on Lewis Skelly ahead of Zinchenko for 2 weeks running, and then all of a sudden when things are going tits up and we've no longer got a left back no more and we need somebody to come on and create something because we've got no Odegaard in the team, all of a sudden now Zinchenko's flavour of the month again. Where's Jorginho?
No, I hear you.
He's no longer.
Brandon, I hear you.
Hang on.
I hear. Because I got to bring on Dan as well, and I got another person NBA.
One last thing, because I want to get the 10%, right?
Yeah.
The 10% is the players. Now, the players should take some accountability and some blame, because at the end of the day, right, I've seen against Bournemouth, we had 10 men and they beat us and they deserved to beat us, right?
Yeah.
But before Bournemouth even scored, Martinelli, right? Martinelli missed the one-on-one. Martinelli also missed an opportunity against Chelsea in the first half. And Martinelli was also a big part of the reason as to why Pedro Neto ended up scoring as well, because he didn't track his runner, right? Trossard, I was one of the Arsenal fans who sat there and said, look, before you start saying shit about Trossard, let this guy have a run of games in the team. Don't be talking about, he's the best 12th man, blah, 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 because whenever he comes off the bench, he offers something to us. Let this guy have a run of games. Let's see what he's like after a run of games. He can hold bench from now on. He has been shite. Yeah. Even our defence has been shit. I was watching against Chelsea. Gabriel on the left wing.
Yeah.
Gabriel on the left wing. Our centre back on the left wing. That's how you know we don't know what we're doing, right? But the reason why the players have to hold 10% is because we've had opportunities in games which could have changed results if we'd have finished our chances, if we'd have done our job as the players on the pitch. You know, Saliba getting sent off, which was Trossard's fault. But if Trossard hadn't played that pass, Saliba wouldn't have got sent off. Declan Rice kicking the ball away wouldn't have got sent off. We probably would have won that Brighton game. If Trossard hadn't have got sent off against Man City, we probably would have won that game. So they've got to hold 10% for that, right?
Yeah.
But the rest of it ain't on them, because people are saying about the way that they're playing. This is the style of play that the manager wants. This isn't down to them. Look at some of their faces after that Chelsea game as well. I agree. A lot of them players were looking over at the sidelines, and I watched this. We're looking over at the sidelines as if to say, what the fuck are we doing? Why are we doing this, Mikel? We can play better than this, but you're constantly in our ears giving it all, landing aeroplanes on the side and all this, that, and the other. Why?
I said this, Brandon. I said this in the Spurs game, and people were saying it was a tactical masterclass. And I said, nope, you guys will rule the roost. If it doesn't work and you sit back and you don't have Gabriel's being there getting these last-minute headers, you're going to live to pay the price, and you guys are paying the price. But, Brandon, just big up to you. I'm sorry to cut you there, but it's not even cutting you. I think you dropped a lot of gems there, a lot of fantastic gems. And to be honest, true to your name, mate, Truth Gunner TV, telling it as it is, no hold bars. Brandon letting you know it is shite at Arsenal right now. It is. When you were talking, I was thinking Dan, who's about to come on, is probably going to make the same assessment about my club as well. Look, the only positive thing that we can take from this, mate, is we're in the mud together. We're on the Titanic. The boat is going down. We got the violin out, and we are about to get frostbite. That's all I can say. We are about to get frostbite, mate. So you better buckle up and enjoy the ride. Brandon, thanks for coming through, mate. You've been a star as always. Brandon, are you still streaming?
No, I don't. Well, I'm trying. I'm going to get back into it.
Get back on, man. You're needed, bruv. Come on.
Yeah. But anyway, listen. Remember what I said at the start of the stream, guys. If you're watching and you haven't liked and you haven't subscribed, make sure you do that. Make sure you're getting Deji to 4K. He deserves it.
Big up. Brandon, love for that. Thank you so much. Brandon in the building, my people. Dan, my fellow Spurs fan. Oi, I've got Dan here, mate. Dan, so good to see you. Thank you for waiting as well. Brandon was just dropping gem after gem after gem. I was like, yo, do you know what?
No problem, man. Big up, Deji, man. Big up you, man. And big up to Brandon, man. He was holding his club to account. And that's what it should be like. He should be. Big up to everybody in the chat. Hope everybody's keeping well tonight. And please, people, if you haven't already, subscribe to Deji, smash the like button, all of that good stuff. Deji, man, how are you feeling, man, since the weekend?
Dan, I am absolutely embarrassed, mate. You know what? I was saying to someone, you can lose a game of football on any given Sunday. I don't think I remember ever feeling so ashamed of my club the way I felt ashamed this weekend. And I felt ashamed because all we had to do was win 1-0. 1-0 at home to an Ipswich team that hasn't recorded a single victory so far this season. Bruv, right now, I've been looking at direct flights on Qantas because I think Qantas from Heathrow Airport is direct to Sydney Harbour, mate. I've been looking at direct flights for Ange. I think it's unforgivable. Even if we had turned up and played and lost, I would have not been happy, but I would have taken it and said, you know what, you had a bad day at the office. The rub of the green just didn't. We were rubbish, bro. We were shocking. And for that reason, mate, I've joined. I think you've been Ange out. The last time we spoke on this, you had doubts. You had doubts about the system where we were going. And I was like, Dan, I know you're an analyst. You know what I mean? Dan, the analyst. But don't be so bloody harsh. I think I've joined your side of the fence, mate.
Yeah. It's hard not to, Deji, isn't it? Like, it can't go on for much longer. I mean, I've been doing a lot of research in the last week. Well, the last couple of weeks, I've been kind of getting the feel amongst fans of, who wants Ange in, who wants Ange out. And do you know what? My results of my research are, Deji, a lot of people are still behind Ange.
Really?
Do you know that? They are. Yeah, it is surprising. And
well, it makes sense though, actually. To be fair, the reason why I'm Ange out, if I can be fair, but I can see where other people are coming from.
Yeah.
Look, for me, I think it's inexcusable to be losing to Palace and to Ipswich when they're low on confidence. If you can't beat a team low on confidence, how are you going to beat a team that has confidence? I'm not sure we can beat Bournemouth, which should have been a given. I'm not sure at home we can beat Fulham. Should have been a given. For that reason, he must leave. Plus, we've lost half our games. But a lot of Spurs fans are saying to you, we are only 3 points off third.
Yeah.
So when you do the numbers will say you can't sack him yet. Because Tottenham could win the next 2 games and find themselves, top 4. Because everyone's pretty shocking this season. And for that, but for me, that's not an excuse for not getting the job done. Because we had winnable games against Brighton. I don't even count Newcastle, Arsenal. Forget that. I don't even count Leicester. Brighton, Palace, Ipswich. Yeah. We just had to win one of those games. We didn't. And so you must leave.
Look, I get it. People, they really back Ange and they're not giving up. And they like, and not a people, Deji, look what they like to do. They say, oh, there's no point sacking Ange because of Levy. I'm not having that. I'm not having that because we can change a manager and sort this lot out, I think. And there's enough time. We're in everything. We're still in all the competitions. We're still in a good position in the league. So I don't like that excuse.
But people will say the issue is, and a lot of people have rightly said this, and to be honest, I don't really like talking about Daniel Levy because I'm of the opinion it is what it is. What's the point of talking about something that isn't going to change? He's almost like an immovable object. So why? So I'm looking for managers who can fit in with the current framework. It's not going to be perfect, but I need the right person. You're talking about move the manager, but is there something about maybe the system? Even if we bring someone else in, we're going to just be getting more of the same crap because people have kind of said that to me. Do
you believe that, though, Deji? Don't you think? Let me ask you a question. If you could pick a manager to come in now, who would it be?
I would take Areola from Bournemouth.
Okay.
Because he's had minimal tools. Look how he's got him playing. And he got a tune out of Solanke before Areola was recording 3 or 4 goals in the season, something stupid like that. Then got 19. And I just think Solanke started off well at Spurs, but we have a target man we don't target. The first thing he would do is let's target Solanke. Let's target our striker. So I think he could do a job with the players that we have, who I have to say, no disrespect for any Bournemouth fans in the building, we technically on paper have a superior team to Bournemouth.
I agree. And I just think, Deji, I think there can be a manager out there who can sort us out. I just think, look, Ange has had so many chances to learn, hasn't he? He's had so many. Who would I have? Areola would be one. I would take Frank. I would take Nagelsmann. There's quite a few out there we could take. Nigel on the show dropped a name yesterday, a young manager who used to manage Dortmund. The name's gone now. I don't know if people in the chat can remember. But there are talented managers out there. And what it is for me, Deji, is Ange is not learning. He's not doing anything. Look at that Galatasaray game. Yeah. I was disgusted with that performance. 28 shots against and 8 big chances. It was criminal that Ange did nothing in that first half to change it. We all saw it. We were getting overrun. The high line with Ben Davies and Radu at the back. It's not fair on them. They've got no pace. And he just let it all happen. I don't excuse it. And for me, it's not good enough. And look, we all know that change is not going to happen now anyway, is it, Deji? Because we're in the cups, because we're in the position in the league, we're not far away from the top 4. Now, for me, we've got a hell of a run in December. I'm sure you've done your calculations, but I'll tell you what, man, we're going to have to get the war hats on. And then what we'll see
war hard hats.
Yeah, we will, because what we will see is that are these players fully behind Ange? Are they going to fight for him? Because for me, Ange's job is on the line. It can't go on this away form. It's disgusting.
Yeah, I agree. The thing I want to ask you, Dan, then, it'd be good, is so a lot of Spurs fans, and this is my issue with some Spurs fans, and it'd be interesting to see what side of the fence. So I'm all about standards.
Yeah.
I have high standards for our club, whether people can see it or not. I think if we are supposedly Big Six, then we need to act like we're Big Six. Would you be satisfied with Postecoglou if we won the Carabao Cup? Would you take 12th and the Carabao Cup?
No, I wouldn't. I want a cup, but I want us to be progressing as a team, at least 5th or higher. If we're less than 5th, we've declined. You can't accept it.
I'm with you, Dan. No, I'm with you, because I've heard some Spurs fans tell me they will take 14th and the Carabao. I'm like, how? I would never take that. I would never. So the only thing I would say, because we had Brandon and we've had, SG and we've had, Rasta Mikey. Whilst we're in the cups, he keeps his job. They're not going to sack him because they want to see if he gets it over the line. So we all know that. The only thing for him, if we're going to be finishing below 10th, he needs to do a double. FA Cup, Carabao Cup, Carabao Cup, Europa League. I don't give a damn in what order. It has to be a double. Carabao and 12th is not good enough, in my opinion.
Good enough.
You know what I mean? We should not be accepting that as a team. But is that what we're doing at the moment? Are we holding out? Do you think he's given up on the league because he's put all his eggs in one basket? And is he playing Russian roulette with our club?
I don't know what he's doing. This Ange guy. None of it makes sense. And when I put the question to people, what are we going to do about that away form? I get no answers back. I get waffle. I get a load of waffle back. And it really frustrates me because no one can give me the solution or the answer. And then until I see Ange and this team pick up some results away from home against good teams as well, I can't back this anymore. It's just going downhill. And that transfer window, Deji, sorry, just want to touch on the transfer window. And I don't fully blame that transfer window on Ange. I did my show last night and we were discussing it. The board are not giving Ange the top players. They're not. They're just giving him the Wilson Alderberts, the Bergvals, the Grays. I don't know. I just think when he took the job, I think he was so excited to get a Premier League job. He's just taken all the conditions and he's just working with what he's got.
That's rubbish. That's rubbish. I said, someone said to me, Rasta Mike said, you're not going to talk back to your employer. No, you should. So that we don't blame you. When you come out, and part of the reason why I'm pissed with Ange, he said he's happy with this squad. He said it's rubbish. If you pick any players, be happy with that. Get the heat then.
Let me ask people in the chat, because there's all sorts of fans in there. Would you accept that transfer window for your club? I don't think so.
No. I'm not going to lie. It was crap. It was rubbish. It was rubbish. Although I think Odegaard is a potential talent, he's not the replacement to Son. You must be smoking some heavy laced up shisha if you think we were gonna. Because that was the other thing, Dan. My other thing with Spurs is that we've got no succession planning. Solanke is going to be replacing Kane, which I don't mind. Solanke should have played a season with Kane.
Yeah.
Then let him go, and then, you pass the baton on.
Mm-hmm.
Who is the successor to Son?
There's no one. We don't sign top players anymore, Deji. We don't do it. We just don't. Where's the stars? Where's the Berbatovs, the Keanes, the Janolas? What's happened? The Van der Vaarts. We've been a club. We've always had a fantastic star player who can lift us off our seats and win us games. Levy is not spending the money. The club are not backing managers. And I can't accept this anymore. I really can't. And when that protest comes, and I tell you what, it will. I'll
Well, I
be
hope
there.
it does.
I'll be there, man. I'll have the banner up and everything.
Brian is standing outside the stadium on match day with 50 to 100 fans from
Not enough.
62,000. It's a disgrace, to be honest.
It is. It is.
The only thing, Dan, is look, because you've been seeing this way before me. I'm pissed because, you know, I do the numbers. You know, like you, we're on a platform. I when I make a statement, I don't want to back from it. People say Deji's flip-flopping. I'm not flip-flopping. I said if he lost, I wanted to see 10 wins in a row. I think you laughed at the time when I told you as well.
I said 5, didn't I?
Yeah, you said 5. And it doesn't matter if it's realistic or not. What we are doing is we're setting a challenge. And we wanted to see how they respond to the challenge. What you don't want to see is after the second bloody game, he's already lost. Then I thought, forget it then. We've lost 5 games so far this season. According to my calculations, we are on course to losing 19 games.
Wow.
You are a football man. You've seen things before I've seen things. What can you foresee for our club, especially with the Christmas run?
Well, with Ange still there.
Yeah.
I can't see it. Yeah, it's just going to be win one week, lose the next. We're not, I can't see us. And it's a tough run we have in that December. And even January is a tough run as well. We've got the Carabao Cup game coming up, which is so important to the club. I do understand, Deji, why fans are desperate for trophies. And they say these statements like, oh, we'll take the Carabao Cup and finish 15th, because fans are literally begging for trophies because it's been so long. I get that part. Yeah, but I don't accept the standards. The standards need to be high. We need to push. We need to make progress. Ange needs to make progress this season with this team. It's his players. He's chose them, and he's got to do a hell of a lot better. And until he does, I'm not on board with him at all. It's not good enough, Deji. I'm sorry, man. And you're saying the same thing as well. It's not acceptable. And Deji, I don't know how you do it. You go on all those channels and you talk with all the rival fans, mate. Honestly, that's bloody hard work, man. And fair play to you for going on there. But
mate, honestly, thank you, Dan. I can't do it. I'm struggling. I had to give up. I had to say I'm speaking to a Nottingham Forest fan in Wolfie, and I'm like, you know, respect to you, mate. Respect. I'm showing respect to Nottingham Forest. I'm showing respect to Newcastle. I've got to show respect to bloody Aston Villa. I was showing respect to a guy called Adam, who's a Brighton fan. Brighton was in League 2. League 2 when my mate said you should invest in this club, and I didn't bother because I thought I can't see this team getting into bloody Championship, let alone League 1. That's what Dan, I'm with you. To be honest, I hope Postecoglou proves us wrong. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Well, look, I'll be happy. I'll be happy. Yeah, I'll be happy to prove wrong. Of course I would. I'll be more than happy to be proved wrong. I can admit that. It's not a problem for me. I want the team to do well. I want the team to win. I want us to win things. I want to have passion. I want to have pride when I talk about my club. I want to have some chest. Yeah. when I talk to rival fans, and I do all the time outside of YouTube, I want to talk about them in a, you know, and I can't at the moment. I'm hiding. I'm getting into work late. I'm hiding in the toilet. Yeah. I can't face it.
On the train, man's got a scarf around his face. I'm covering my eyes. Covering my eyes, mate. I had an Arsenal fan approach me yesterday and say, "Oh, then I'm an Arsenal fan," and he laughed, and I laughed at him because I thought we're in the mud together. Do you get what I'm saying? So yeah. I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. Dan. So what in the unlikely event? Because I don't see it happening. What would you need to see happen under Postecoglou? Because I don't see. I get the impression Levy really likes him. Unless we lose the next 3 games, which I think is very. In fact, let me ask you: what do you see us doing in the next 3 games?
So we got City next, yeah,
and then Fulham and then Bournemouth.
So yes, Fulham I think will win. Bournemouth I don't, and City we just don't know because we have a fantastic record against Pep City. Yeah, so I wouldn't put us past us getting a result. You know, it wouldn't surprise me. You know, we could get battered, but we could also beat them because we just got their number, haven't we? So it's really hard. But what it is for me, Deji, what I need to see improvements like, you know, in the forthcoming games is just go back to basics. When you're going away from home, don't play high line the whole game. Just sit back, soak it up. We're good on the counter attack, did you? You know, you saw what we did against City.
Yeah,
We were
I saw it. I
fantastic
liked
against
it.
them. Yeah, so you know, Ange's just got to just use his tools, his resources sensibly to get us more points, make us harder to beat. Stop this messing about you're doing away from
Would you
home.
say that is the main reason why you're vexed? Because I'm vexed with Postecoglou because I think even with all the crap that goes on with the club, even with the quality of player, we should still be beating Brighton. We should have beaten Crystal Palace.
Yeah, definitely.
Or at least have won one of those. And that's
100%.
why I've turned. Had he won one of those games, I probably don't turn. But he didn't.
Look, it's not acceptable. That Brighton result, man, weren't acceptable. We had it in our hands, 2-0 up, Palace away. Palace were bottom 3. Yeah, they were in terrible form, and we just let them bully us. And then the last one against Ipswich, I mean, Ipswich did a job on us. Then McKenna had a game plan against Ange, and what's so frustrating, Deji, in that game against Ipswich is that Ange didn't throw Maddison on earlier. He didn't stick 2 up front. He could have put the young boy Lancashire on. He could have mixed up the tactics, changed the formation to get us back in the game. He did absolutely nothing. None of it makes sense from Ange. I think he's losing confidence in himself, Deji. And we saw how disheartened he was after that match. He wasn't in good. You had that fan screaming at him when he was going out the tunnel. Yeah, he's feeling the pressure. And I don't know what's going to happen, Deji, mate. Up to December, what does he need to do for you to kind of get back behind him?
Yeah. And big up to Only Spurs saying, Dan, I rate you because you're the only one to mention that he is happy to be at the club. And he is. You've seen the interviews where he talks about how great all the facilities are at Spurs. For me, we can lose a game of football, but I need to see heart.
Yeah.
And I think the reason why I turned is not... It is about losing, but you could lose to Ipswich because you just had a dodgy game. It can happen. Football happens. Like Leicester, that draw was a dodgy game in my opinion.
Yeah, happens.
But what I saw against Palace and second half Brighton and Ipswich was a team that went up for it. And for me, that is inexcusable. You know, you should be saying to the lads, they're low on confidence, make this a fortress, make it hard for them. Do you know what I mean? Get in their faces. We looked so passive in that first. We were 2-0 down. 2-0. 2-0. Come on. It's at home. So for me, that is what's worrying. Is we were not up for the game. The players weren't up for it for whatever reason.
Yeah.
You know, players Harry Kane's moaning about the England squad, but it does feel like our squad prefer to play for their countries, and rightly so, they should play for their countries more than our club. But we've got other teams who are turning down an opportunity to represent England so that they can put on a performance for their. Can you see the confusion?
Yeah,
It doesn't make no bloody sense.
Do you think these players are playing for him anymore, Deji?
I don't.
They're giving up. They're giving up.
Udogie has been absolutely washed. He's been crap, and he's been putting in sterling performance for the Azuri. All of the games he's played, he looks on job. The other thing is, I would be honest with you, mate, is I want to stop the crap. I hate doing the inverted stuff. Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop being Pep. Stop doing. I want a flat back. You know what I want? I want Udogie to be Danny Rose.
Definitely.
2.0. And I want Pedro Porro to be Carl Walker 2.0, which is very possible. What I want is rather than they invert, can they overlap? That's all I want. Overlap.
Basics. That's it. Basics. Why don't he do it, Deji? Why is he so stubborn? Why is he so stubborn? Look, and this is why I do think another manager can come in and sort it out. I'm not saying he's going to win us the league, and I'm not even saying he's going to guarantee us a trophy. But bloody hell, he would get that team more organised and stronger, away from home especially. Mix it up, just do something different.
Even Eddie Howe. Even
Eddie Howe,
I think Eddie Howe gets a tune out of these players.
100%.
You can see the job he's done at Newcastle, and when we lost to Newcastle last season, I kept thinking to myself, "Yeah, long ball. If you're struggling, just go along.
Yeah.
It's all right. Just find a way to win. And I think that's the issue we have. We have only one way to win. And if they suss us out and it doesn't work, like a Palace, like an Ipswich, then we're screwed. We can't shut it up. And that's the problem.
There's so many issues under this manager. And for me, I don't understand him. And he's his own worst enemy. He can change it up, but he refuses. And he has no answers for anything.
Yeah. Dan, I agree. Dan, I hope that Ange proves us wrong. But for me, I'm telling you now, for Ange to prove us wrong, I need to be seeing a double or treble this season. If he gets a double, because for me, I think forget the league.
You're not even a domestic cup fan, Deji.
No,
are you? You want the league and you want the Champions League.
Well, you know. But I think in order for him to save his job, he would have to do a double. For me, he would have to do a double. If we're not going to be in the top half of the table, which I don't think we will, I don't see Tottenham finishing in the top 10. Then he has to do a double to keep his job.
We will see. We will see, man. Look, great chatting to you, Deji, man. Great chatting to you, man. And look, the games are coming thick and fast.
Get me on. I would love to do it, Dan, please.
What's that? Say that again, Deji. I missed that part. What did you say?
Get me on your channel, please.
You're definitely coming on, man. We have a guest on every week, and you're definitely on my list to come on. So I'll give you a lot of notice, man, because I know you're a busy man. But yeah, we're 100% getting you on, me and Nige, on Beyond the Lane. And hopefully I'll see you on Savage show soon.
Yeah. I'm looking. If I probably will be on Savage channel probably next Sunday because I can't do this.
That'll be great, man. That'll be great. It'll be great to see
and
you.
Everyone, look, and the analyst Beyond the Lane. If you haven't, go over there, subscribe. He's putting out explosive content and he's growing fast. So yes, please go over there, and that's one of the reasons why I need to be sharing my face on the channel. Dan, big up to you.
Everyone in the chat. Good evening, all. Cheers, Deji. We'll speak to you soon, man.
Big up. Dan there dropping some gems. Big up to everyone that's shown super chats. VJ consistently sending love. He sent it twice. Thank you, my bro. Lee Collison in the building. Come on, you Villa. He's in the building sending love. Thank you very, very much. NBA has been waiting for like an hour. So I want to chat to NBA, and then I've got minerals, and then I think we call it a day with the chat. But big up to everyone locked in, locked on. Big up to everyone listening. If there's anything that you want to talk about, let's do it. NBA.
Can you hear me?
Of course. Can, man.
You can hear me, yeah?
Yeah. What team? What are we talking about? Is it Liverpool?
This is Arsenal. This is Arsenal.
Yeah. Let's talk about your
man.
Man.
You've got too many of these soft Arsenal content creators that you be chatting to too much. I can't lie. You see, if you had me on your streams, Deji, you'll be off YouTube already. Still,
you're saying
you'll be off YouTube. You ain't ready for, like, trust me. You have some soft Arsenal fans that come, especially my man that come on earlier.
Which one?
Lee Gunner's nephew.
Yeah. What do you mean by? But you know what? What do you mean by soft? Because
bro, just
I'm not being real,
like,
bro.
Weak mentality, bro.
In what way though?
In all type of ways.
Are you happy with how you lot are moving?
It's not about being happy, bro. Like, you need to understand, yeah. Like, bro, we went through the same phase like last season, and it's the same. You see what most men do, yeah. I can't. If you're a hustler, you're a hustler, innit? You got to come on YouTube, play the role you're playing in it, and like react to how your team is playing. Fine, innit? But bro, it's the same script as last year, bro. Like, you see what it is? Like, from November to December, Arsenal lost 4 games in the league last year, innit? And everyone came with the same script. Oh, we're playing terrorist football. We're doing this. We're doing that. Then after we came back from the bye, all reverse change. We're slapping teams 5-0, 6-0, whatnot. We slapped you at the lane. Same thing. It's just the same script, innit? But at the same time, bro, you can't judge a team that's had 3 red cards and only lost the game. Only lost the game when fucking with one time with 11 man on the pitch, innit? At the same time, like, it's not about bro. You see what it is? Let me just finish in it. You see what it is, yeah, bro. Any main team that you want to put as the top 3 in the league, yeah, you can put Liverpool, Man City, or Liverpool, right? Liverpool, Man City, or Arsenal, innit? Like, they all have their 2 main players, innit? Who basically their spine in it. You take out Van Dijk and Mo Salah from Liverpool, they're finished. You take out Rodri and let's say Haaland right now out of City, they're finished. You take out Saka and Martin Odegaard out of Arsenal, they're finished. And we ain't got to sugarcoat it or nothing, because you're seeing it right now with City right now. City, I've already said it, from when Rodri got the ACL, bro, man's in like 7-8 group chats with like, bro, different type of brethren I went to school with. Bro, I sent it to all man's brethren and whatnot that man's in group chats with and whatnot. Boom. City are not winning the league. It's I'm not one of them guys. I'm not one of them guys.
Yeah, I'm not
one of them guys that was basically vindicating and saying, "Oh, Vinny deserved to fucking win the Ballon d'Or," because it's not. Football's not about that. I see football from a different point of view. It's not all about flicks and tricks and who can impress you the most in it. It's about who's most important to a team, and what Rodri done with Spain and fucking Man City for the past 2 years. It's not normal, in it, because bro,
you got to give man he's got to give man his flowers, but
bro, if you put
NBA, just to say, because you said something that I need to draw you out on, if you don't mind.
Go on.
You said we've seen this before with Arsenal. I've been saying from day dot this season that, one, I had concerns about whether you man would be able to motivate yourselves, given that you don't finish second twice. And, you know, if you finish second twice and you're nearly men, I've been there, Champions League, it takes a lot to lift man up. You get what I'm saying? So I had concerns about your players. But, bro, let's be real. Because I watched the game against Leicester where man them said, Leicester scored 2 freak goals. I said, is it?
Yeah.
Then I watched the game against Southampton when you lot went 1-0 down. I said, you know what? You man look... See, because last season you had a defence that looked impenetrable. This season, you man look like you can get got at, but you improved your defense. Yeah. So and then certain man, Martinelli is not that guy. People try to shake their bum for Havertz. Let's be real, he ain't that guy either. Mourinho's
you know what's funny?
You got a bag of rubbish players, bro.
Yeah, but you know what's funny? Yeah, like, bro, you see when up until when we played you, yeah. Bro, that's all I was hearing is that Arsenal's got the best defense and whatnot. Until we started leaking a couple goals and that, and we lost certain players. That's when we've heard about leaky defense, bro. We wasn't conceding goals. It's only when when that Brighton game happened. That's when Arsenal started falling apart. As soon as we had that draw, like until then we was calm in it. We beat you 1-0 away. Beat Aston Villa. We was going for the tough games. Everyone's saying that.
And even when you beat Tottenham, you were fortunate to beat Tottenham, my life.
But it's not about beating. It's not, bro. Our manager.
No, I'm just keeping it a buck in it. You were lucky to win against Tottenham.
Yeah, but that's fine, innit? At the end of the day, bro, like we're not gonna play the same without our main creator, innit? And it's the end of it, bro.
Odegaard.
Yeah, Odegaard's the main player. It's not.
Bro, can I be real?
Yeah.
This Odegaard conversation pisses me off, you know. Because the way you man talk about Odegaard like he's Lionel Messi, bro. He's just any guy.
He's that important.
Why are you trying to back this brother like he's a Galactico, bro?
Bro, that's what I'm saying.
He's not that. He's just a player, bro.
I
don't actually think he makes any difference to your team.
Bro, if you had Martin Odegaard, listen, if you had Martin Odegaard, Deji, bro, you would be, let's say, a top 4 consistent team all the time. Like, it's not going to be a thing where you're going to be contemplating or if you're going to be dropping down to getting top 6 or losing to Ipswich and all this stuff and that. And I rate your team card, bro. There's none of my brothers could ever be a Tottenham fan. I can tell you that, wallahi. And it's a thing where there's shame. You see where I'm from, yeah? You see where I'm from, there's shame in it. And you see what it is? We're mad personal, like, when it gets to jokes and because it creates character where I'm from, innit? Like, you have to be personal with your brethren if you care about them. You can't have your brethren out there looking rough and not telling them what's going on if he's moving mad or... You know what I'm trying to say, bro? I'm telling you, wallahi, you would not be able to survive if you was a Tottenham fan, right? Like, you know what I'm trying to say? But because you're from probably them manners or something, and you got to be loyal to where you're from, innit? You know what I'm trying to say? You're probably from...
I'm from so I respect it, innit? I went to the school opposite the stadium, do you get me? So
that's what I'm saying. So yeah, you got to be loyal. You can't be a glory hunter right there. You got to stick to what you stick to, innit? At the end of the day, but bro, Odegaard it's not about the goals and assists. Odegaard has already had that season. He had a season where he got the most goals as a midfielder what is it in that season when he got 15 or 16 goals in the Prem or whatnot. But he's obviously he plays like 3 roles in our team, innit? Because obviously Partey was injured last season and whatnot. He's injured for half the season, so he's not just a 10 that stays in the box. He's a 10 that controls the pitch, innit? You saw that against Chelsea, bro. Like, niggas acting like, oh, Chelsea, it was a close game. We should have won. It's just end the story, bro. We should have won. And
you should have won,
bro. That last chance, Trossard. I don't think you understand.
Bro, forget the last chance. On a real NBA. The overall performance from Arsenal against Chelsea was rubbish, bro. This is the point that I'm trying to...
It wasn't
what you man do, man move like lawyers and politicians. I don't like it. You pick out little moments and try and say it was a thing. Goon and Lee, Gabriel scored a header. Yeah, we knew we were going to score. Shut your mouth. You didn't know you were going to score. That was the only decent opportunity you had against Tottenham. After that, you were moving mad. Let's be real. You didn't do that. But, bro,
I can say that. But I can say that you played better.
You were crap against Chelsea, bro. That's the truth.
No. Listen. I can say that we played better than we played against Tottenham. We didn't create anything against Tottenham where I can say that we deserve to win. But when you're resilient and you know how to defend, and you're going to a away ground, which is a derby, and Chelsea, do you know? Understand? Yeah, you see in that changing room before Maresca brought all them players out. He's gonna be telling them players, bro, we haven't beaten this team at our own ground since 2018, and we called them our rivals. This needs to end today. So you could see that them guys wasn't trying to have it. They were trying to rough us up, and that's the same thing when we went to the Bridge last year. So we're not gonna be walking them across the park, bro. When they came to the Emirates, same thing last year. We beat them 5-0. We played way shitter last year when we went to the Bridge with that 2-2 performance. It's only their mistakes, and I think they got too excited around. They thought they won the game, and they just made a couple of mistakes at the end. But bro, we controlled the game to more point, and we had more possessions than them at their own ground, bro. They have to beat us. Just so you need to understand that it's not about, bro. Like this is a derby, bro. How you gonna feel if it goes to like 2025 and you ain't still beat us at your own stadium? You're not gonna be going on a mad thing, innit? You're not gonna have it. You're gonna want the manager sacked if it goes to 2025.
Bro, like I already want my manager sacked already because we lost to Ipswich, and I'm not having it, bro. I got standards for my club. Do you get what I'm saying? And I'm not doing that. But, bro, I've got 2 things I want to say to you before I got to bring on Minerals as well because I know he's been waiting.
Yeah.
So you're doing the whole everyone. You lot are overreacting. It ain't that bad. Do you get me? Look at what he's done. Look at the bigger picture. I think is what I'm hearing from you.
Yeah.
Where does Arsenal, in your opinion, finish this season?
Well, we're coming first, bro. Like, at the end of the day, bro, we say the same thing. We're winning the league. And the same thing, you see, we said... You're laughing.
Hey, you know what? I was going to say you were on the Budgie Banton, but I actually think...
bro.
You know what? I think you're on the... You know the codeine that little Wayne drinks? That little codeine thing. I think you're on that.
Like, you see what it is, bro? You see the stardom that they have. You see the star that they have around Tottenham. Yeah, we don't smoke that around these sides. That's what you're smoking before you come in these streams and you're chatting shit about Tottenham, bro. Are you listening? Like, bro, at the end of the day, we see
Arsenal's winning the league.
Dej, we see the same thing from Liverpool last season. It's the same, bro. It's the same script. It's the same script. They were talking tough until they were on top of us until February. They were 5 points ahead of us in February, and they still didn't win the league. They could have beat us and gone 8 points ahead of us in February when we slapped them 3-1. Bro, I'm not one of these guys that don't remember.
So you're happy with Arteta? You're happy with him?
Well, 100%. I'm happy with Arteta. Come on, man. And for the viewers as well, that these Arsenal fans want to come in there and be taking what rivals say and saying what we spent. Arteta spent 650 million, mate, in 5 years, and he's produced a title challenging squad, and he's won an FA Cup, and we're in a quarter final of
Pochettino
right now.
Pochettino produced a title challenging squad.
But that was no title challenge, man. What title challenge? How many points was you behind? How many points was you behind the fucking winners?
Bro, we were second, bro. That's what matters. We were the runners up.
No. This is last day things.
I'm telling you now, bro. I'm telling you now. You've been on the codeine, bro. I'm telling you, Arteta is a madman. Do you know why? If Arteta was legit, he would have brought a striker.
But it's not about. That's what I'm saying. You see what it is, yeah, Dej? Let me tell you something
You
about
bring a
Arsenal.
striker, bro. It's
No.
everyone
But you see what
can
it is?
see,
It's not
even
about
your
that. It's not-
rivals can see. That's all you needed to do.
It's not, bro, Dej, it's not about that. But at the end of the day, you've got to look. You can't. You see, when it comes to Tottenham, yeah, bro, I'm not no advisor on these things, yeah, but you got to put it on your club when it comes to these things, innit? Because at the end of the day, like Daniel Levy, he's never ever been someone that he cares about the club more than he cares about business, bro. Like, bro, that we all care about money to a certain extent. So you've got to see it from where he sees it as. If you was his family member, you wouldn't be complaining about how he runs his business and whatnot. But it's because you're a supporter of the club and you want them to do better at the end of the day. But Cronkies, they've never been someone that's good at business. But we sold players like Henry for peanuts, bro, for under 20 M's. So when it comes to these things, we are not going to be able to be spending big money every year, innit? PSR is there and whatnot. We haven't sold good players.
Really?
The only time Arsenal,
You couldn't spend 70 mil on a striker?
no, not this season, not this season. PSR, bro. Like,
Wow.
they've already told us. David Ornstein already
So
told us.
why did you bring in Calamari though? If you just put the money together of Calamari and Mourinho, you could have got a
Yeah,
decent
no, but
striker.
it's
I don't
different.
think you needed any of them, man.
Gyökeres, the strikers that we're looking for, I think it's Gyökeres, Isak, and that's it. I think that's the only concrete like strikers that I say, and Sesko as well. And we was gonna bring him in, but he didn't want to come. So those are the only ones that David Ornstein and Fabrizio's. I don't take any of these other ICKs and chatting shit.
Sorry, I've got one more question, then I've got to bring Minerals in. If you don't win the league this season, which I think is very possible, you got me moving French now, do you get me?
Yeah.
What happens to your gaffer?
I want 2 trophies. So
no, bro, because what I like about you is you're very optimistic. You know, the grass is looking green, very green. You get me? That's why I was wondering about the budget banting. But on a level, jokes aside, banter aside, if Arteta doesn't win the league this season, what would you like to see happen at your club?
So either that, if he doesn't win nothing, then bro, we have to be having conversations of something. Something has to change, innit? Either, bro, that's what I'm saying. Something has to change. But bro, if he wins 2 cups, if he wins 2 domestics, that's 3 trophies he's won in his tenure.
Bro, I'm gonna be real, and you know the wonders of YouTube means that this is something that we can always fall back on, time after time. You know, a bit like the song. I'm not sure you man finished top 4. You know.
Bro, you're taking the piss, bro. Wallahi, you're taking the piss.
Bro, I swear down.
Wallahi,
I said it on Dan Potts' channel with Lee Judges at the end of last season. I'm not sure, bro.
Bro, we were doing this. That's what I'm telling you. Just remember this. Go back to the streams last year and go watch back like what was happening. And we done it with Odegaard as well. That's what's so funny. Without him.
Okay.
That's what you need to understand.
NBA, we will see. Each week, I'm gonna try and keep this step to the mic consistent. Please I'm
gonna be back here. I'm gonna be back here I'll be back here in like February when you're completely
make sure
the picture. Then I'm gonna be back here telling you.
Make sure, please. Because if you go hiding, man still have to bait you up. Still, don't go hiding, bro. But love for coming through though. NBA, good conversation. You get me? Big up to you. NBA in here. NBA, probably the only Arsenal fan out here shaking his bum for his club, claiming that he sees Arsenal winning the league. I don't see it. He's very optimistic. This brother doesn't see anything wrong with Arteta ball. Thinks they can win 2 trophies. It's a madness. Anyway, we'll see Wagwan at the end of the season. We got Minerals, last but not least. Minerals has been waiting for a minute. Minerals, what are you telling me?
Yeah, I'm good, bro. They've just been disappointed, man. Been waiting for too much, but it's all right.
Oh, sorry, I do apologize. You know, like the conversation in the location today, I've had to let the people them drop those things because they've been dropping a lot of things. You know, we got Brandon saying his thing, Dan saying his thing on Tottenham. A lot of people, this international, the truth is, a lot of people got a lot of things to say because all of our teams have been rubbish. So I had to give
being robbed, and even as for Arsenal, we've been scrubby too, or bummy, as you would say.
Bro, but you were just listening to NBA. Did you agree with anything he just said?
Yeah, disagree. You're probably right, but yeah, you're right. It's peak right now, and this could be the end of the road, like Boys to Men, bro.
Bro,
I'm saying.
bruv, man's on his bended knee. I think it is, bro. I think it's an end of an era for City. I agree with NBA. I think City. That's the thing. The one thing I rate what he was saying is, let's not give flowers for no reason. Let's give flowers for things that we are seeing. There's no point saying City will win the league, City will win the league when they're looking dusty. And I was the few people that said they won the league moving dusty last season. So I'm not surprised by this.
Yeah,
But
do you think it's a thing where for City the luck is running out?
It's not luck, bro. It's a cycle. Football's a cycle. It's very hard to maintain that high level season after season after
But
season.
to be fair, like Bayern won 10 in a row or something in there.
Yeah, but that league is dusty, bro. That league is rubbish. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm talking the Prem is the toughest league in the world.
Bro, yeah, that's true. The Prem, everyone spends bread, bro. Even the bottom team.
Exactly. Spends bread, but you've also got very top managers. Remember, Ancelotti was Everton's manager. That's the levels, bro.
Yeah, that's how it gets, bro. Like this Premier League, it's scary, man. Listen, as much as it will be bad that Liverpool win the league, but I wouldn't mind Liverpool winning the league. But as well,
you think Liverpool are legit? You think they're legit?
Yeah, bro. Liverpool are legit, man. You know what I mean? They've won it before, and I'm just glad it's not Man City. But at the same time, it's gonna feel bad because Arne Slot, it's his first season. But
I don't think it matters. I don't think Liverpool win the league because they're so good. I think Liverpool win the league because everyone is that bad. You man are crazy. City could lose to Tottenham. Can you imagine? Like, even though, as dusty as my club is moving, no City fan can say with chest that they're going to beat Tottenham at home. So you already know they're in the mud. Chelsea got a few more L's in there.
Yeah,
Villa's
Chelsea
got
have a
L's in
bozo
there.
gene, bro. We should have beat Chelsea, bro. The amount of sitters we missed.
So the truth is, I think Liverpool win the league because they're just keeping it simple.
Exactly, bro. The Liverpool have been so smart, bro, tactically. They seem to be the smartest in the class at the moment.
They are. He's not, because can I just say the difference this year, and this is why you don't copy the exam paper of the person next to you, because they could be writing rubbish. That equation might look complicated, but they could be writing some rubbish there. The truth of the matter is, Arne Slot has kept it simple. Remember, this brother Klopp tried to put Trent in midfield. None of that crap. Go back to right back. Do your thing at right back.
Yeah, bro. He doesn't do this inverted thing.
No, the inverted thing is overrated. Why
It's
invert
overrated,
when we can
fam.
overlap?
Exactly.
Your manager, Brandon said it. And I said this and I was getting cussed. I said, are you man happy sitting back? Yeah, Dej. Yeah, it's the tactics. It's rare. I'm saying, but this tactic means you have to be precise. The reason why Conte was successful at Tottenham wasn't because Conte was good. Was because he had a gunman in Harry Kane, bro. Harry Kane don't miss. They were scoring him, but it relied on Kane and Son to score from the one chance that they get. You can't play football hoping that the one chance you get, you bang. Because when you don't bang, what happens? And that was the question I asked. Now you're not banging. Now you're not winning. Simple.
Exactly, bro. Simple. That's what happens. And I've been telling, man. But anyway, but anyways, man, people are gonna crucify me for this. If we lose the league to Liverpool, it'll be worse than it being to Man City, considering it's Arne Slot's first season. And considering they spent 13 mil, bro. Imagine spending 13 mil and winning the Prem, bro.
It's a disgrace, bro. We're all waste men, to be honest. The only thing I would say, though, let's not shake our bum too much for Liverpool. Only because Klopp said something. When managers usually come in, they usually come in when a team is doing rubbish. It's very rare that people take over a club that the foundation is solid. Klopp left Liverpool in good shape. It just needed someone to come in. Don't tamper too tough with it. respect what I left, and then go. My concern was Slot gonna come in and really just tear up the whole thing and then try and implement a whole brand new style. If he did that, he would be losing. But he's just run with what was left. Do you get me? A job that I could have done. Respect.
Exactly.
Everyone else, they come in when the team is doing dusty. So you have to kind of
Yeah. And Liverpool have some world-class players as well. Let's have it right.
Yeah, they do. Salah,
But listen, man. I just hope they don't win because they're fans, man. I can't have Liverpool fans happy, bro. Like, man.
I don't. Someone said this question the other day, and I thought that's a legit question. Who can stop them?
No one at the moment, bro. They may as well run away with it at the moment with the way they're playing.
Yeah, I mean, Assembled says here, Deji, Liverpool look and are playing like a team. That's it, bro. That is the difference between them and us. And I say us, all of us. They look like a team, and they're just growing in confidence. We all look confused. Bro, I'm concerned for your team, bro. Are you not concerned?
I am concerned. I've been saying we've been dusty. You know what I mean?
Bro, it's very possible that you man might not finish top 4. And people say that's a wild statement. You're not top 4 now. You're not top 4 now. So it's not a wild statement.
Yeah, it's not a
You know what
wild
I'm saying?
statement.
It's not. And I said it before the season even bloody started. But yeah, Minerals, look, all of our teams, we have to fix up, look sharp, bro.
Yeah, bro, we're dustier than Twin Commune, aren't we?
Say that again?
Dustier than Twin Commune, right?
Bro, look, I'm out here telling people Tottenham ain't finishing top 10.
Hey,
bro,
why are you writing off Big Ant, bro? Spurs fans are gonna cook you.
Ange is a madman. Bro, we lost to Ipswich at home. Forget it.
But to be fair, like
that's like no disrespect. That's like England losing to Samoa in football, bro.
Exactly, bro. And you gave them their first win of the season, bro. Like them one were broke. Them man were broke, cuz.
Bro, we are idiots, bro. I can't even lie.
Romero, we need to talk about Romero. Like apparently Romero, like he's been bad this season. He's been getting cooked in the air.
Now, Romero needs to get out. This brother needs to go to Buenos Aires. That's where he wants to be. He don't want to be at my club or Real Madrid. He's stopped playing for Tottenham. That one we know.
Hey, bro, I seen Vardy cook him, bro.
Bro,
like,
he's an idiot.
Bro, he gets cooked by Delap, bro. Man, like Delap was man.
Everyone is you know what? I don't even want to talk Romero because 2 seasons ago I had Romero up there with Saliba. That debate has now been squashed. I can't wait for this brother to get out of my club. Legitly, I want him out.
Hey,
to be honest,
what about Madders? Is he still your star boy in a way, or Ange Tax?
Madders is a madman because he's vexed that he's on the bench. But the truth is, he's been dusty as well. He's been dusty
since that injury has been done. Since that injury.
And also, it don't work. Him and Kulusevski don't work. So we can't play a system that don't work. But you know what? We are a hot mess. I can't even lie to you.
Don't forget Timo Werner, bro. Man, them were hyping man up, bro. That guy is a Make-A-Wish kid, bro.
Timo Werner needs to outfeed his aim. I can't even lie to you. The brother is whack. Bro, but what I would say, before you cast Timo Werner, at least we have 1. You man have 3. Martinelli, Jesus, and Sterling. You got 3 Timo Werners.
They miss, man. They miss so many opportunities, man.
That's the problem, bro. So you've got it's worse than your captain than mine.
And that's costing us, man. Listen, man. I just can't wait for next PL game against Forest.
I can't, man. The international break is killing me. But Minerals, thanks for waiting. Thanks for jumping on, my bro, as usual. And I'm sure we'll talk again in about a week's time, innit? Just before we kick on. Big up, my guy. Love for that. Peace. I've got Rock coming through. One last person. Big up to everyone locked on. We've been on this thing for over 2 hours in the law care, son. You don't know. But man, I had to just do it because we got to get all of this crap off our chest. Do you get me? Rock, my bro. Good evening. How you doing?
Yeah, good
yeah, what
evening,
you saying,
Deji.
bro?
I'm
Yeah.
good. I'm good, thank you. Thanks for having me on your channel.
Bro, thank you for clicking and joining on. You know, without you, there ain't no show. So big up to you, my guy. What are you telling me?
Yeah, obviously me, I'm an Arsenal fan, and I'll be honest, some of the things that I saw, like, with obviously the positions Arsenal should have strengthened, I knew they should have strengthened. Like, I saw you on panels, Never Foul, Football Terror saying Arsenal should have gotten a striker, Arsenal needed a striker. And I knew Arsenal needed a striker last season. Yeah, after when I look at the 5 games Arsenal lost last season, which they failed to score in, that a striker would have made the difference. But people were trying to say like, oh, I was being negative, but I was looking at the positives, but I also felt like, you know what, a striker would have helped. It would have made a difference, especially in the Champions League. Just having that person who can just alleviate the pressure off of Saka, because it's like, because when teams mark out Saka, two opposition defenders mark out Saka out of the game, Arsenal's attack is basically ordinary,
bro. And people get at me. It's not that I care about your team. I don't. I actually enjoy seeing you, man, in the mud. But I'm a football man. I love football. It's obvious. And that's why I say you, man, are more Spursy than Spurs. Because you aren't doing the obvious. The obvious thing that you needed to do was get a striker. The obvious thing was to get cover for Saka. Obvious things you don't do. At least Tottenham got a striker. That was obvious. We got a winger. You might not like the winger, but it was obvious. Do you get me? So I agree with you, Rock. I agree with you. Are you happy? Go on, bro. Because obviously, what did you the way I want to put it was, were you getting gassed by the way you lot were playing prior to this little rut? Did you foresee this? Because I foresaw it. I could tell from the Leicester game that this defense is looking very shaky.
To be honest, I felt like the start of the season, Arsenal's defense, I would say it was a little shaky. It looked like the defense was average, and I don't know if it was the tactics Arteta was adapting, but like I knew the defense looked. It almost felt like slightly weaker in the sense of Arsenal were almost giving away chances. Like Arsenal were doing things that you wouldn't see from them that they were not doing last season. And I feel like with some of the tactics that Arteta did, I get the fact that okay, you want to play defensive, but at the same time, in games, for example, like you can't rely on set pieces for all your guys. Like, and even I was, you know, the funny thing is, I was listening to this guy, my Nigerian brother, you know, John Obi Mikel's podcast.
Yeah.
He was even saying the exact same thing, that Arteta should have figured out another way to score when rather than just being over reliant on set pieces.
I said the same thing. And I was poo-pooed. I said, had Gabriel not scored against Tottenham to Gunnar Lee, would Arsenal have won? And he said, yes, they would have found a way. Shut your mouth. What way? You were rubbish.
I think that game would have ended as a draw.
Of course it ends as a draw. Do you get what I'm saying? My thing now, bro, is where do you go from here? Because you, man, are no better than my club. What happens now with you, man?
Yeah, we can agree to disagree, but I feel like with Arsenal, I feel like they just need to go on a run, and I feel that like they.
What run? How can you go on a run?
Bro, I think in the Premier League they just need to just get some consistency and start winning games again and start playing well. I'll probably say that, and I'm not even trying to focus on like the league title because I just feel it's gonna be harder because Arsenal can't avoid another slip up, and I think Arsenal are probably out of the title race completely.
So you think you're in it?
it's actually a hard one to say because it's like it's kind of like we're in it, but we're not fully out of it yet. Till we drop points in our next game. Like let's say,
I mean this with the greatest respect. Are we doing maths? You don't look like a title challenging team. Forget the numbers, bro. You man have not looked solid once this season. Not once. How can you be involved if you've not looked solid? It's the truth. You know what I'm saying is facts, bro. That's why I wasn't surprised when you started losing. I wasn't shocked because I've been seeing it coming. You've not. The only game Arsenal played well this season was against City. All other games, you men have been dusty.
Yeah, and why do you think that? And do you think it's because of the way Arteta, because of the lack of poor transfers, a combination of things?
It's all of that, but the one that people are missing is the fact that I said to them at the end of last season, I said, these men have run out of steam. You don't know what you're chatting about. Because second,
twice in a row. It's not easy to go again a third time.
To go again a third time, it's hard, bro. That's what.
Yeah. Yeah. Because of fatigue and
mental and physical fatigue.
Yeah, like To be honest,
you need to freshen it up.
Yeah,
and you didn't. You needed Neto. You needed Neto instead of Calamari. That would have helped. A Neto.
Yeah.
Then you bring in a gunman like a Gukares or even a Solanke or Ivan Tony. These things.
Wait. I think there's another striker you're missing. The Victor Osimhen.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is you needed to bring in 3 or 4 names to lift the squad.
Yeah.
You didn't. You brought in Mourinho, Calamari. Who else did you bring in? Who else?
Mourinho, Callum. I think Sterling. I feel that was a panic buy because that's just PR. There's no way Arteta wanted Sterling. There's no way Arteta wanted Sterling because surely I think Arteta was looking at, and when I saw Arsenal being linked with plays, they were linked with Neco Williams, and then because of I blame Arteta and Edu because I feel two things can be right at once. I feel like Edu, in terms of trying to sell players, because remember Arsenal had to also sell players before buying because of all this FFP, BS and stuff. Arsenal were trying to get rid of, they were trying to clear this guy, what's his name? Reece Nelson from the books.
Okay, I don't know why. I thought that was foolish to get rid of Smith Rowe.
I didn't agree. I never wanted him gone, but I guess the player just wanted regular playing time, and obviously the team couldn't, like Arteta couldn't guarantee him that, and he just decided, you know what? He just said, "Oh, I'm gonna find elsewhere," even though Arteta might have wanted to keep him, but
it was foolish.
But you
got rid of players you didn't replace.
No, that's my issue. He got rid of He got rid of some of the fringe players. Fair enough, but you didn't replace them, and and the only attacking signing you make is Sterling. Are you joking? Are you serious? And someone's telling me that.
Do you agree with
I'm telling me Arteta can fix Sterling. Someone telling me, "Oh, Arteta can fix Sterling." Like, come on, get the hell out of here, man.
So that's why I say that you man are more Spursy than Spurs.
Like someone saying the blame lies with the Cronkies for hiring a novice of the number 2. Yeah, yes, you can blame the Cronkies as well. But also, if we're going back to that, then surely why did Arsenal have to get rid of Emery? Because yes, Arsenal went on a poor form under Emery, but I feel like Emery should have been given more time. I never wanted Emery sides when he was at Arsenal. I felt he should have been given more.
Why you won the FA Cup? Because Emery, like Brandon said, those were Emery's players. And when I make that, I get laughed at. But the truth is, people keep trying to give Arteta a trophy that he didn't win.
I mean, because it's his name, you almost have to say it. Because if like we go by that logic, then it's like
If I take over
the last time
Tottenham now-
Chelsea, the last time Chelsea won the Champions League, then people can say that was Frank Lampard's team.
It was.
And Chelsea fans wouldn't. Chelsea fans, if you say that to Chelsea fans, I guess they won't even want to admit that. They'll just say, "Oh, they'll just say Tuchel should take all the credit."
I think whoever laid the foundation gets the credit. The Leicester team that won the Prem wasn't whatever his name, Ranieri. It was the brother that was there before that put that team.
Was
together.
it Pearson?
Yeah, he's the one. I don't know why he doesn't get the flowers for it. He put that team together. Ranieri just did a slot, ran with it. It wasn't Ranieri. Ranieri didn't do jack, bro. That's why he can never do it again.
Right.
It's the truth. That's why I can never give Arteta credit for an FA Cup that you and I put together.
Yeah, I get what you mean. I get what you mean.
Yeah.
I just feel I really feel in the summer when I looked at the players Arsenal were linked with, I didn't really feel too tough. Arsenal needed a winger until the season started. I felt it was more of a striker that was it should have been more of a priority because I felt when Arsenal bought Calafiori, I was thinking, okay, fair enough, but you could have bought that later on and bought a striker first because an attacking player is more of a priority than a defensive player when you have the best defense in the league.
Yeah, I agree.
Because people say, people say with Arsenal, when I looked at the players Arsenal were linked with in the summer, I just don't know why the club said they were going to get a statement signing, and Arsenal ended up getting no statement signings. And when I was but when I looked at the players Arsenal were linked with in the summer, and I saw links with Sesko, I was thinking, like, are you joking? Like, and I was hearing guys like, is it that Arsenal fan who's on Terry's channel? Guys like Matt and that other Arsenal fan who goes on Hassan's channel, Duard, saying some delusional traits, trying to defend as if Sesko at Arsenal would take Arsenal closer to the title. But I'm thinking a guy like Sesko, he's not even first choice for Leipzig. And he's even this season. He's played a lot of games, and he's not a 20. He's just not ready for first team.
He's not banging.
Exactly, he's not ready
in an inferior league.
Exactly, he's not ready. Like if Arsenal wanted to get a striker and they wanted to get someone with link-up play, because you see a lot of Arsenal fans say, I don't want a striker, he's not good with link-up play. I don't want a striker who does this. I don't want a striker who does that. If they wanted a striker with link-up play and they couldn't get like Tony or Isak, they could have gone for a Boniface. He links up play. He helped Leverkusen win their league and also get to Europa League final.
Yeah, no, it's fair. That's a fair. Right, I think you're fair, but I think the bottom line is both our teams are in the mud. What are you hoping for this season from your club before we wrap up?
You know what? I'm just hoping my team, you know, just win a trophy, and if my team, and just make sure you try and just be competitive in the league, because I don't see my.
Would you be happy with top 4 and the Carabao Cup?
I'll probably say top 3 and win some domestic cups, maybe more than one. And UCL, I'll probably say get to semis. As I'm just saying that. I know Arsenal will get to semis, but I'm just trying to set an expectation, like as in to try and get further. If Arsenal get to quarters, so be it. But I just feel with the UCL, you need a bit of luck. You need things to go your way.
Fair.
And moments, a play you can create something out of nothing.
Fair. Ruck, thank you for coming through. Big up, Ruck, saying it. They need a moment. Well, it looks like we're all in the mud. We're all hoping for a trophy. We all can't win the same trophy. We're all hoping for a higher play finish. Ruck refused to accept top 4 and went top 3. I can't see Arsenal finishing in the top 4, in my opinion. But Ruck, thanks for joining us this evening, and hopefully you will come again. So big up to you, locked in, locked on. Big up to everyone locked in, locked on. Thank you. We've done over 2 hours in the building. Mad thing. Thank you. more content to come over the weekend and into the location. Let's get through this international break together. All of our clubs are in the mud, and yeah, we'll keep it moving. On that note, thanks for tuning in, and good night.